Play it.
What's with me? Going deep, chatting JT.
Ooh, yeah. Nibble my ear and call me Steve. What's up, Stokers of Stoke Nation? This is Chad Kroger coming in with the Going Deep with Chad and JT podcast. Guys, before we begin, I remind you once again that we are brought to you by Manscaped. Manscaped, thank you so much for keeping our trims pubed, for looking after our hogs, for making sure that our dongs are looking fresh and clean, because we're entering holiday season, and you're going to want to get a sweater for the holidays, but you want to let people know that you only have one sweater for the holidays, and it's on your torso. Around your dong, you got a friggin' tank top. Right?
Amen.
Absolutely, dude.
Okay. So use code GODEEP20 at manscaped.com to trim your pubes, to keep your pubes trimmed today. I'm here with my compadre, Sean Thomas. What up?
Boom clap, Stokers.
And I'm here with the Vino, the El Rey de Vino, El Relacion Guru,
Dude,
Strider Wilson.
freaking muchas gracias, merci, che, freaking thank you very much, dude. Honestly, dude, I'd like to greet the pod with this noise right here, dude. Just listen to this.
Oh, wow. And it had a little spittle at the top.
That was
Yeah.
fucking
It
amazing.
sprayed.
Aaron, I apologize that I got on that
Let me.
fuzzy right there. Did all help? But it is sanitary. It's alcohol.
I'll do a follow-up pop.
Oh,
Dude.
dude. And you cupped the spray. Cheers, my bro.
Just so we're
Cheers.
drinking the
Elbow.
the Strider Vino, Strider's girlfriend. It's a white. And yeah, this is my first time trying any of our wine products, so I'm pretty thrilled to be drinking something with Strider's face on it.
Dude, so honored, man. You guys picked the perfect photo. I'm glad you took that liberty, because it's so tough to choose a photo that you're like, oh, I look sick here. Like, if you ever looked at a photo and be
Yeah.
like, we all feel it and we know it. It's like, oh, I look freaking sick here, like jet skiing or jumping off a pontoon boat. But like,
rock climbing.
it's absolutely.
And this was
Yeah.
taken from a perspective, novel that you were going to be on the cover of, like a female-oriented novel, and you play the real estate husband that she leaves.
Mhm.
100%, yeah, like a Nora Roberts-esque novel, something that a divorcee or perhaps a woman who, maybe I'm getting too deep in here, but isn't quite being
Appreciated?
tongue-darted like she should be.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, sorry, I really went there.
No, specific.
But appreciated is correct.
Yeah, the devil's in the details.
Thank you.
Yeah,
and so
yeah.
is the key to keeping a relationship alive.
100%. It's nuance. And 100% JT, this is absolutely a real estate agent photo. This guy right here would sell you, he could sell you ketchup and white gloves, they say.
Dude,
Yeah.
your demeanor in that is kind of like, I will get through this.
Yep, 100%. Thank you. And it's being a dude in a relationship, it would be remiss to not be, stepping in, of course it's a drill factory, but stepping onto your, I like to call the bed sometimes the sex tray. You got to step onto lay down on the sex tray and really make it happen. Bring the effort, bring the thunder. And if that's not happening, if you see...
while you're still in the marriage.
While you're still in there, because otherwise, if you see romance novels starting to pile up in the bookshelf,
Yeah.
bookcase,
So
start darting.
maybe walk us through, if you know the marriage is on the rocks and you want to really sort of, bring the heat in the sack.
Right.
What's your go-to?
First of all, I'd put on a little bit of I'm blanking on the name. Who's Al Green? Al Green.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
Kenny
Yeah.
G.
Oh, I love Kenny G. Yeah, something instrumental. Instrumental lovemaking music is nice, but maybe once you're in the throes of it, after you bead your first nut, then maybe go instrumental. But prior to that, in the foreplay session, definitely Al Green, dude. No question, Al Green. And then, dude, it's tongue dart central. And I just saying tongue dart, that's my move, but it's got to be your move, of course. Build up to, be passionate, be aware, be an aware lover is really how you're going to save it. And then, other than that, honestly, dude, just don't keep score. Take out the trash, pick up the dog's pee and poop, and then don't worry about, what your lady's doing. She's busy. She's working, dude. Happy freaking wife, happy life, dude.
So when you be or nut,
Mm-hmm.
are you super vocal? Do you give like a ah?
Oh, yeah.
You're like, or are you kind of like freaking dang?
I've had both. Honestly, I've had both levels of nut busting that you just showed there. But usually, I'm usually just like oh, dude.
I heard you through the walls one time, and as you nutted, you said, "How are you feeling?"
Dude, that's true.
Which was really nice.
Yeah.
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 That is really nice.
I thought you were talking
Yeah.
to me, and I was like, solid.
Yeah.
Dude, legit, when I used to hear you bone, I'd smile.
Would you really?
I'd always slide the thing closed, But when I first heard it, I go, nice.
Yeah, I could
And then I
see
close the
like
thing.
I could see like pouring a coffee, and you just hear like you look back and you're like give like a head nod. You're just like
I'm
it's
like,
good
my
stuff.
dog's happy. His
Yeah.
lady's happy.
It's the best, dude. Yeah, dude. Yeah, you got a nut. That's a good call right now. Like you just made right there. It's like,
Yeah.
I didn't realize I did that, JT. That's very perceptive of you. But like, sometimes when I nut, I'd be like, oh, we should call your mom tomorrow. Just check in, see what's
Yeah.
up.
Mhm.
I was on mushrooms one time a couple months ago, and I was with you,
Mhm.
and you weren't on mushrooms.
Mhm.
And I remember looking over at you, and you can read energies a lot. I feel like on mushrooms, and I not only did I see pure positive energy,
Thank you.
but I also saw, in my mind, I was like, he's a thoughtful nutter.
Thank you, dude.
He nuts thoughtfully, and I think even if you don't say anything, I know your partner's sort of like, wow, he's thinking about errands and stuff, and like how I can make my life better in this moment too.
Totally. I think because sometimes the kind of nutter I want to be is that even when I'm in the throes of passion like that, like as I nut, I look around and go, is everybody else okay?
Right.
Dude,
I
that's
could
so
totally see
honorable of
Like
you.
I say that out loud.
Yeah.
I believe
Is everybody
you on
else
that.
okay?
Yeah.
She's like, did that feel good? I'm like, really good.
Yeah.
I could see that for you, JT. You're like the Andrew Garfield from Heartbreak Ridge or whatever that movie. Not Heartbreak Ridge, but
Halfback ridge.
Hacksaw Ridge.
Mm.
Yeah. Can I get another?
Half
Can I
sack.
just please let me just get one more? And you're not talking about one more nut for you. You're just talking about, can I just get one more good orgasm for my lady?
Nice.
Because ladies can multiple.
Mm.
I took it to the next level there, saying the word orgasm. Like
No,
that.
it's
I
good.
love it. I love
Yeah.
it.
Chad, so you've been looking for a new place, right? So we should
Yeah.
update everyone that last week I was encouraging you to go into a place that potentially had a ghost because of a recent death that your real estate person informed you about. And do you want to say what the death ended up being?
Yeah, so I took another visit. Well, I took the visit. I inquired further, and he said it was a suicide.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
man.
So I didn't visit the place, but I visited the place across the street from it, And also we were talking about this, and I dug deeper with you, because you were like encouraging me. You were like, dude, just do it.
I wanted
Go
you to
it."
do it. I still want you to do it.
But I think if I dug deep, I was like, would you do it? I don't think you'd do it.
No, probably not with a suicide.
Yeah, but with a regular one too.
A regular death?
Yeah.
I think I'm good for it.
Man, I've been asking a ton of people, and it's really 50-50.
Yeah, I think honestly, I'm not even just being devil's advocate. I'm like, suicide, you got to think the person's life. They're at a level where they're like, oh, I can't handle the pain or the sadness,
Mm-hmm.
and hopefully, someone doesn't get to that point, obviously. But it's like if they do, they're released from that pain. So
Yeah.
you could think that's somewhat of a positive. This is a progressive thought.
Yeah, you're spinning it. Yeah, are you tired?
No, dude, I'm
From
just saying
that
it's like, but look, it's tough. Obviously you want someone to live, you want all that to happen, but it's like, if it gets to that point, I think like a worse death for me, like if I was going to say like worst case scenario death of a place that I'm about to rent would just be like sacrificial, some sort of cult sacrifice, other people there who are still out there. And maybe there's like some sort of burial ground or just sort of evil on the earth upon which that apartment exists,
Yeah.
then you're cursed.
Yeah.
This seems like it's a one-off from the person that was there. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not renting any place that someone like that died in. Like, I'm terrified of ghosts. I don't want any part of it. But I do think the suicide is a lesser of a sort of death in
Right.
there.
I think so too. Yeah, I think suicide's not as bad as a cult murder. At
Definitely
the place you're inheriting.
Not even, yeah. Cult murder is the worst. I can't think of something worse than a cult murder.
No, that's probably the worst.
Yeah.
Or yeah.
But then, if it was a cult murder, you could, to play devil's advocate for that, you could say, wow, there's some, freaky
Bonding.
sex going on here. I might be able to, maybe I can meet some people who would have like a, goat's head that I could throw on and just, try it on for size and see if I enjoy that kind of risque lifestyle.
Dude, and that's a fire call too, because if there was a cult murder there was definitely some bonding that happened.
Totally.
Like everybody there, besides the person who was getting ritual sacrifice, was on the same page.
Totally.
And everybody was like having a really good time. They were probably pretty fired up afterwards.
Yeah.
True.
And maybe even the person who got sacrificed was a volunteer sacrifice. I'm not sure on how that typically works out, but
Something would have to
that's
look into.
possible.
Yeah, sometimes it is, dude, And honestly, I'd like to imagine they're free balling it under their robes. I'm imagining they're wearing robes.
Of course, you've got to.
Yeah,
you can't throw Hanes on while you're wearing like sacrificial robes. You gotta you gotta let your thing swing.
Yeah, dude.
And you gotta let your and you gotta be manscaped, of course. What's the one thing that would be cool too is if I was a new cult member, in one of those a death cult, I could bring the Lawnmower 3.0 in there, and I'd be like, hey guys, instead of brands, instead of giving each other brands of like a satanic thing, we could just trim that into our pubes.
Nice.
That's a good call.
Yeah.
They need that.
Yeah, good call. Still has the bonding effect, still can be ritualistic, and just a lot less logistics,
Totally.
Didn't you have you had a run-in when you were checking out one of the places?
Yeah, so, one more thing about the ghost thing. I consulted our good friend Brad Fuller, B. Fuller, because he produces horror movies. So I was like, there's no better guy to
Authority.
know.
Good call.
And he's like, dude, don't do it. He's like, don't do it. That's how all horror movies start. I know, I'm in this biz. I'm like, that's all I need to hear. And I was like, well, what about this? Because there's a place across the street that was a little bit nicer, a little bit pricier, but it was within my range. And I was like, what if I'm in the vicinity of this? And he was like, I think that's okay. But I don't know. I'm looking at this other place. And so I looked at the other place and I liked it. It was nice. And I was like, I could see myself here, The place across the street, giving me the creeps, but I think I could pull it off. And so I wanted to do a second look to make sure. I wanted to, measure the room, see if like the bed would fit, all that kind of stuff. And we go there, and I'm with the guy, the realtor Angel, and we
Angel,
yeah,
and you're dealing with ghosts.
yeah,
Whoa, good call.
yeah.
Fits the scene.
He's a good guy, yeah. And so he's like, oh, the lock thing is the key's missing. I don't know where the key is. It's locked. And I was like, oh crap. And so he knocks on the door, and someone comes to the door, and it's a shirtless dude, mid 40s, just pops his head up behind it. Mind you, this place is not furnished. There's nothing in there. And he's like, oh yeah, hello. And the realtor's like, yeah, I have a visitor here. He's an applicant. He wanted to take a second look. He's like, yeah, there's no visits today. And he's like, well, he's right here. If you could just show. And I was like, yeah, I just want to see the garage. And he's like, oh yeah, give me a minute. He goes away for a minute, comes back, opens the door, peeks his head out, still shirtless, and he's like, oh yeah, you're gonna have to come visit tomorrow. And I was sitting there, I was like, guy, what the hell is going on in there? Because clearly he's either drilling himself, drilling someone, or he's probably just dropping loads in there. And then Angel looks at me, he's like, he smells like alcohol. So, I don't know, dude.
There's a lot.
That's
There's a
bad
lot
energy.
going-
That's bad energy in there,
There's a lot going on at this place. And then today, if I can expand further, I talked to, I was like, yeah, I'm thinking about, going with this place because they accepted my application. And I talked to Kevin the schmoll. And this is why you always have to have a schmoll in your squad. Because Kevin's like, you got to negotiate. This is a renter's market. We're in a pandemic. You got to get the price lower. This is the one time where you have the leverage. This place has been on the market for a while. There's some guy dropping loads in there, drilling himself. You gotta negotiate. So I and this goes against my nature. I tried to negotiate with him. So I called them today, and the rent was like a certain amount, and I asked for $300 less monthly rent. And I was like, laid it on the table. I'm like, these are my terms. $200 less than what you guys are asking. That's my offer. And they're like, okay, well, if they aren't willing to if they aren't amenable at all, are you going to walk away? And I was like, yeah. I get a call a minute later, and they're like, we talked to the owner, and he said no.
You know, I thought that's good. Good for you. The power of saying no, dude. That's okay.
Yes, I walked away.
I like that, dude. You that's good, man.
No.
I'm generally a yes man, and I want to be liked in a negotiation.
Yeah.
Like a big flaw of mine, and part of what my personality is, I like being liked. I'll honestly go out of my way. Like, even when I'm dealing with someone and negotiating like a deal maker, I'm like, I want them to like me, but it's like, no, they're just trying to do their job and make money for themselves and the business and a commission,
Right.
and that's fine.
Yeah.
They don't need to like me. So it's like, I'm glad that you said no and you set your terms. That's fine, dude.
Well, I'm the same way as you, and that's why I think it's good to have a schmoll in the squad who can sort of, you know, strap some balls onto you for a little bit.
Who likes being disliked too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. He's talking to me like I was his little brother, Kevin. He's like, you got to grow some balls, okay? He's like, you got to go in there, because he helped Joe negotiate for a car.
Yeah.
And he just talked for Joe the whole time. Do you want to tell that story?
Yeah, I just ran into them like the day it happened, and Joe was like, "Yeah, I brought Kevin with me to Culver City Toyota." And then Kevin was like, "Yeah, the guy was a freaking asshole." So I just got in his face and I told him his interest rates were bullshit. And then we just walked out. And then Joe goes, "Yeah, we walked out." And Joe was so pumped on it. Joe was like beyond thrilled. He's like, "Yeah, I like that. We walked out."
Yeah.
Amazing. And he ended up getting him a good deal on his Prius C, baby.
Yeah. I talked to Stephanie too. I was like, yeah, Kevin's gonna get me a deal. And she's like, you should just have Kevin do it for you. And Kevin's like, no, he has to learn. He has to learn how to do this.
Yes,
and I was
dude,
like,
yes.
And honestly, it was tough for me to do because they're like, why are you offering this? I'm like, yeah, I just think it's fair, you know, like, yeah. And that's all.
Dude, I love that, dude.
Yeah, that's
They
good.
called a minute later. Yeah, you said no. And I was like,
That's
but
fine.
I just think, you know, the universe doesn't want me to live there. There's bad juju. There's guys drilling themselves. You know, there's sacrificial rituals going on at the other place. You know, although you guys did make a good point. If the ghost was hot,
Yeah.
I should move in.
Yeah, if you're like,
Which I totally
someone
agree
killed
with.
himself here, that's terrible.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, here's a photo of her. She's
Yeah.
like a knockout. You're like, dude, I'll move in.
Yeah.
If the ghost is
Yeah,
here,
dude.
I would totally
help her
move
get
in.
through it.
Yeah,
Oh,
bro.
for sure, dude.
Bro, hopefully your unfinished business is just meeting a dude with great flow and good energy.
Yeah.
But then you'd have that horrible thing where, like, if you did fall for each other,
Yeah.
you know,
True.
hoping for that connection, then how do you take it next level?
Dude,
Yeah.
you got to go
It's
like,
romantic.
you got to find some sort of AI or a medium, you know?
Right.
And you'd have to like go
Whoopi Goldberg it.
big time. Big time.
Yeah.
You have sex with her when she inhabits the body.
Correct.
Well,
Yeah, there's a little her vibe there too.
Her vibe and big Blade Runner 2049 vibe.
Oh
with the
yeah, with
artificial
Ana de
technology.
Armas.
Mhm.
Yeah, I heard her and Ben Affleck can't keep their hands off each other on their new movie.
That's
That
great.
got
Whoa.
me fired up.
Whoa.
Kissing through their mass. Yeah.
Dude, that fires me up. But also another thing just fired me up. Are you saying that in this situation I could either, you know, have a weird kind of relations with the hot ghost or Whoopi Goldberg?
Yeah.
Yeah, you technically
I'm
like
moving in.
you kind of wouldn't be envisioning yourself with Whoopi because she's the medium. You'd be envisioning yourself with Patrick Swayze, but in your case, it'd be the hot ghost. That
I mean,
occupies your
ideally,
apartment.
but I don't think anyone's gonna know if Chad, you know.
I'm cool with all of those.
He gets a
Yeah.
little nut. Yeah, you're okay.
I'm cool with all of those.
Speaking of
I love it.
new happenings and new big developments in people's lives, Strider, you got a dog now?
Dude, we did, bro. Sunny, dude. Sunny is how you spell his name. He's cute, dude. Little handful, bro. I look around, dude. I see neighbors walking him. They go, he's so cute. I go, "Pfft, he's a handful. They go, he's just learning. I go, he's a pup. They go, sweet. I go, thank you. Our landlord, Pamela, today loves rescue dogs. She didn't even charge us the deposit that we're supposed to put on our apartment. That's how much she loves rescues, dude.
Oh, really?
And here's the thing.
Because you
dude.
guys are simpatico on your dog treatment. That's what's up.
Yeah, totally. And you know what? I gotta say, I'm throwing out rescue there. I'm throwing out that badge. I'm dropping it. I'm playing that card. But full disclosure, technically, yes, he's a rescue dog, but he's a pup, part of an unwanted litter. He's just lived in like facilities his whole life, so he's not really. He doesn't really have PTSD or what you would typically envision of a true good person saving a dog.
He
You
hasn't
know what I
been
mean?
like beaten.
Yeah. And so I feel like that's what people kind of think of and envision mostly when they think of a rescue. So I do have to come clean and tell you that.
Well, I think you're doing a lot to broaden then people's perception of what a rescue is. I mean, it can be any kind of dog
Yeah.
from any sort of circumstances. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
True. It's very true.
And in some ways, they rescue you.
Oh, dude. Bro, dude, I'm getting up early now. I'm getting stuff done, dude, on Monday. Dude, I'm typing up outlines, bro.
Wow.
I'm just outlining, I'll outline everything, dude.
Yeah.
I'm budgeting stuff, dude.
I love that.
What's an outline look like?
I mean, dude, it's just basically, I have really nothing to outline right now, dude, because, due to COVID, dude, I like to say that.
So it's literally like a template of an outline. It's like...
Correct.
It's like target, like...
Correct.
Summary.
Dude.
You just write summary.
I write summary. I write, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, day of the week. I write, I put times down there. Everything is blank on the outline.
You're sort of anticipating.
Yeah, walking dog and drill factory and smooches with my GF.
Right.
Toiletries, go to the store.
Yeah.
And date night. Basically, those are the filled
Fired
gaps.
up on those smooches with the GF.
It's the best, dude. You get some smooches and some cuddles, dude. Dude,
Yeah.
when my GF comes over, I like to say, dude, there's a little area in our apartment, dude, of our one bedroom that we have a little mini hallway, and if I see my GF in that hallway, I say, you got to pay the smooch toll.
And is that
And she gets smooched.
steeped in the fact that you you guys actually made
we
contact? That's the first
Dude, we
contact.
did it, dude.
High five
We
of
did.
COVID.
Holy
wow,
dude. Oh, dude.
No, you're good. You're good.
No.
Just don't touch your mouth.
Yeah,
after
dude,
that. Yeah. That's fascinating. I can't believe that happened. It was so.
Oh,
that was just so
dude.
fucking
Oh,
stoked.
dude.
Aaron,
nice.
dude, what
Aaron
a
brought some
beast,
hand
dude.
sanitizer.
What a fucking beast, dude. Thank you.
But what
man.
I was going to say is that steeped in the fact that your first kiss with your GF, and I'm a creep for knowing this, but I remember
No,
this
you're not a
stuff.
creep, dude. You're my bro.
Yeah, that's the wrong phrase.
Yeah,
I'm
you
just
kidding
a
me?
historian of my dog's love life.
Yeah.
Your first kiss with your GF was in a hallway.
Dude, that's a great fucking call. I didn't even realize that. And by a bathroom, which is where my hallway is.
Yeah.
Dude, my GF, we were both on improv teams, and this dude that was on our team goes, hey, do you have a girlfriend? And I was like, no. He's like, oh, you've been flirting with, And I was like, yeah, I'm digging her. He's like, well, if you're digging her, she's down. And I go, all right. And that's the confidence that I needed.
That's sick.
He knew I needed that confidence.
And she fed
dude.
that information to someone who fed it to him that then brought that
My
through
GF's an
information
operator,
to
Through
you.
some telephone.
Yeah.
100%. She knew
Wow.
it. She knew it. She knows I'm a little timid guy. I'm a little bunny hopping around.
I don't think I
dude.
described you
So
that way.
when you heard that, was she saying in the corner, you just gave sort of like a look, like
She-
sort of like John Travolta in Broken Arrow?
Oh, dude. If I had a cig, bro,
Were you
I
were
would've
like,
I would have
what
lit it
a
up indoors.
What a terrible thing to say.
I would, yeah. What a love-inducing thing to say. And I looked around. She wasn't around. That's why I went searching for her, dude.
Yeah.
She was in the bathroom, and she comes out of the bathroom. I see her. We lock eyes. There's like a bookshelf to the right of us, dude. I go. She just starts walking towards me, kind of gracefully come towards her, dude. A little bit of hands, dude, right by the hips, dude. But obviously getting confirmation from the eyes. Look there, dude, and then just fucking smooch city, dude. What up, dude?
That's
the
all
rest
she wrote.
is history, dude.
Yeah, exactly, dude.
Did you get some tongue in there? Like,
Of course, but not on the first. On the first
Yeah.
one, just went in.
Yeah,
Went in
start
a little
small.
halfway.
Yeah.
Went in, came back. Okay, we're good. Let's go. And later that night, we did end up just sleeping on the floor together. We did nothing
good for
went
your back.
crazy. Yeah, dude, I woke up really ready to go and did.
That's
Luckily I was
great.
doing legs the next day, so I was ready.
yeah.
But made out a little bit, chilled, dude. Crashed, slept on the floor, and some dude at the party pissed like 5 feet from our heads in the middle of the
Nice.
night. We didn't even know it.
That's a
That's
good
awesome.
omen.
So
Remember that girl Annalise that I had a crush on in high school? She came over to my place for a little soiree and she peed in the kitchen.
That's awesome.
But like a week later we made out.
I love
Yeah.
that.
I remember one of our bros was so fucked up one night. The bathroom was like literally, we were in your brother's room, dude. And the bathroom, like if you're in his room, like there's like a dresser with drawers, and then literally 3 feet from that, you go into the bathroom and you can pee in a toilet. And our bro was so fucked up that he just pissed right into the dresser drawer. In
Yeah.
that room.
That's awesome.
Dude, I have a big thing that happened in my life or a big realization that I wanted to share with you guys.
Mhm.
I've thought about it a lot, and after a lot of consideration, I think I'm going to start saying it hits different
Whoa.
in like my day-to-day language.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
That's huge.
Yeah. 'cause
Thank you, dude.
That really sort of changes my whole. You feel a little bit more street to me right now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, cool. Yeah. I think I've been seeing people use it, and I've been kind of like, I was not liking it. I was judging people who said it, and I was kind of annoyed by them. And then I thought more about it, and I was like, I think I do like it. And I think that's part of the reason I reacted negatively to it, is because I was scared that deep down I actually was the kind of guy who wanted to say that.
Yeah.
And I think it works in a lot of, I think there are things that it makes sense to say with, you know what I mean?
100%. Thinking in the context of what you do, which is just being a dank fucking bro and a good chiller and a loyal dude who has all of our backs no matter what. But thinking about you hitting the bells, I could really see you, and we have a text thread of bros who throw around steel over their heads. I throw the least amount of weight in that thread, but
Second least.
No, who throws the least?
I mean, Daniels isn't lifting.
You're right. That's true.
I mean, if he was lifting, he could be the strongest, but he's not lifting.
Come
That's
on,
true.
Daniels.
Remiss of him, dude. But I could really see you using that with authenticity in that context and others. So I think.
Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah.
Well, if it
I'm
starts to
fired
get
up.
annoying, like if it starts to wear on you guys, just let me know and I'll pare it down. Because I want to be open and try new things, but I also I care how those things affect the people around
Yeah.
me. So just let me know if it's I don't know, getting to be too much.
I'll for sure let you know, but I never want to step on your truth. And I think there's a lot of new dimension to you, because when when you talk, when I see you, I think OC bro with a philosophical mind, with the mind of Thoreau. But I think with you saying it hits different, I'll be like, this is a OC bro with a wise intellect who also kicks it on Melrose sometimes and wears boots.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll be more relatable.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's just another dimension to add to your repertoire.
Dude, that's huge.
Dude, and beautiful pronunciation of that, Chad. And it's very unschmoll-like of you to. I could see like Kevin, our schmoll, saying it hits different, and then him assuming that like it's gonna catch fire among the group, and he's like, you're wrong for that not to catch fire. But so just kind of a teachable moment for any listeners out there of like, appreciate JT coming to the squad, letting us know like he's thinking of doing this and implementing it, and he doesn't have to do that.
Well, yeah, I'm not going to just start saying it without checking with you guys
Oh,
first.
for sure, yeah. Let us
you,
know.
dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or text us when you start doing it.
Yeah, because I'm saying it, but other people are hearing it. You know?
Mm-hmm. Have you been practicing saying it like when you're ordering?
Just by myself in the car sometime. I'll be like, it hits different. What do you mean ordering?
Like getting pokey.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
That Ponzu hits different.
Yeah, I've been trying it more in front of strangers. That's actually super perceptive of you. Yeah, because you feel a little safer with them.
Yeah.
And they don't have as much like history with you, so you're not deviating from their expectations as much.
Totally.
But I think it hits different when you say it with your friends.
Should we do a little role play like you're ordering pokey from me?
Yeah, I'll take you through it.
Cool.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, can I take your order?
Hey, yeah, for sure. You've been having a good day?
I've been having a great day. Yeah, I just started my shift. I'm excited to serve you some pokey.
Oh, nice. What time do you get off at?
10 p.m.
Oh, that's a while.
Yeah,
Hits different when you know you're going to get off earlier.
it does hit different. Thank you.
I'll have the tuna salmon combo, and I'd like to do it with a bamboo rice base.
Oh, the bamboo rice. All right.
That was so fucking organic and beautiful, dude. That was amazing, dude.
Yeah, and I really tried to focus on
I felt
their
seen.
experience.
I
Thank
felt
you.
seen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see you, Jake Sully.
Thanks.
Yeah, it's a great line from Avatar.
Yeah.
Dudes, we also dudes, we also why is that killing you so hard?
Did you recently watch Avatar?
Yeah.
No, I haven't. I just, the fact that you said that is just so fucking funny to me.
Oh, thanks, man. Dudes, we also read an article about spider sex and how unique it is in the animal kingdom. One of the main reasons that it jumps out to a lot of people is the size differential between the male and female spider. The female spider in a lot of different species can be up to 10 times larger than the male, and sometimes weigh, I think it said, even 120 times more. They had a funny image. Did you guys see the image of the baby dude spider? Not a baby.
It was
dude,
unreal. On
full-grown
top
male.
of the female?
On top of the female. And so they often have to get behind him because, also interesting, the female will normally cannibalize the man while they're depositing their version of jizz. And the dude will know he's getting eaten, but like give her the parts of his body that won't interfere with the jizz depositing and just try to finish the deal. Yeah.
Yeah.
I really scanned through too much of it there. I
No,
didn't leave
that
much meat
was
on
the most
bone.
interesting one, though. That was like
Yeah.
incredible.
I read that and I was like, it would be tough to have a MILF fetish as a spider, and I would certainly be eaten quickly.
You think so?
Yeah, if you're just into, sort of more powerful ladies that kind of, can dominate you in the sack.
It felt like an extension of our WAP conversation from last week in a way.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And then, you know what? I'd be down for it.
You have to be, yeah.
I would certainly, I'd be like, here, take my jizz,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
And so much of the I mean, their whole life, their whole hero's journey is about getting that jizz into the female spider. Yeah,
That's my genetic code.
they die a huge amount of the time because even if she doesn't kill them, they'll break off their like tentacles basically into her to keep other spiders from getting in there. But then they also have to stay around and fight the other bros.
Yes.
Because the female spiders can take on more.
Suitors?
They can take on more suitors, and they like
Yeah.
that because it gives them a better.
More dongs?
It gives them a better chance of getting the strongest male producing the strongest child. Like the more they
Wow.
mix it up with different dudes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
So they're just kind of playing the odds.
It's crazy, dude. I love that. Yeah, I like to imagine those things they break off in them as like they're literally cutting off their own dicks in order to keep life going, which is honorable.
Sorry, I didn't mean to laugh.
Did you see what the article
geez.
said? It said eunuchs, which is a
Yeah,
dickless entity, fight better.
Yes.
They're more agile.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and better fighters. So
Spiders?
the spiders, yeah.
Interesting.
So guys with dicks will roll up once
Yeah.
this guy's broken off his dick and the female spider.
Yeah.
And dude, they're tinier, so they'll fuck. It's like called EDDS or something like that, like dysmorphia, like dysmorphia of size in the species or something like that, like extreme size dysmorphia, whatever the fuck. But anyway, dude, it's like JT said, it's sitting on top of the back. So look at your hand and like put a quarter on top of your hand. Your hand's the female spider, the quarter's the male. That's like kind of the image.
Whoa.
It's gnarly. It's huge. And so that little fucking dude is now going to go around, and anyone that comes in to the little spider's lair, he's going to go just straight up take out, dude, and kill. And be like, nope, my little dick is inside of this female. I want my little baby eggs to be laid. Let's go.
Right.
And part of like what was interesting is like they got into like sort of why the size differentiation happens and how extreme it is. And like, of course, the theme of everything now is like, well, this means it's dying out. Like it's basically a lost cause into oblivion. It's like,
That was pretty heavy at the end. Yeah, they think that this is basically an anomaly in evolution and that it's not sustainable. Yeah.
Because their dicks are getting broken off every time.
well, it's just easier to be small. It's like you're going to go small, you're unnoticed. Being big and like more tinier, like not every spider species has that extreme
Size differential.
size difference. There's some size difference. The female's typically always larger, but in these extreme cases, it's just an outlier. You know, so outliers tend to go by the wayside. And,
Yeah. Well, and then so the larger female spiders now are more noticeable to outside predators.
Right.
So they're vulnerable that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. It worked for a little bit, but it's just not. It's not the best long-term solution for survival.
Right.
Yeah.
Totally.
But it's given us this interesting, pocket of nature where we're really seeing something different. Yeah.
It sounds super fun for the female spiders. That gets me stoked.
It's
She is the
rad.
bell of the ball. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and then another thing that a male spider can do when the female spider starts to eat him is they can put silk on her. They can deposit some silk, and then it doesn't bind her. It's not strong enough for that. It actually just relaxes her. Yeah, because it feels good to her. And so she chills for a bit while the dude finishes his business. So it's almost like a back tickle or something like that, where you're like, me, I'm always anxious. But if someone scratches my back, you'll see me relax like completely. And so the male spider has his own kind of method for eliciting that response.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's pretty gnarly. It's almost like you got to imagine like sort of darting your tongue darting the female,
Right.
which is pretty cool.
spiders
Spiders
will.
are practicing like cunnilingus.
Yeah.
Right. They're doing extra stuff that's really just about their partner's pleasure.
That's
which
great.
I love. Which is
Yeah.
what we started talking about. Of like they're busting a nut, going, "I'm going to protect you. I'm going to protect you now from as a eunuch."
And that
Yeah.
keeps it from being true altruism. The fact that they get something out of it is
Yeah.
that they're depositing. And then their semen isn't something that's generated from the activity. They build it up over time and then they keep it in like pouches, basically.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah. They do a little
like a sack full of load.
Yeah, exactly. It would kind of be like not masturbating for a while so that you have extra to give. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
you're at peak.
That's the best feeling when you
Yeah.
like go for a family trip for like a week and stuff, and you can't drill yourself, and then you just come back
Right.
home and you're just ready to, you're like, I don't even know where to put it because there's just so much.
100%.
It's an abundance.
Dude.
Yeah.
100%.
We read an article about a monolithic structure that was discovered in Utah in a cave, but like it's not natural looking. It's like a black kind of like 10-foot obelisk or something like that. I don't know if that's big enough to be an obelisk, but
Monolith.
a monolith, right? So I used the word. Sorry, yeah. I don't know. What'd you guys think?
I think it's aliens.
You think it's aliens?
Whoa.
I mean, that's the question, right? Who put it there?
Yeah, because there's no one's claimed it. It wasn't dropped, they said. Like, there's no signs that it was dropped. It just appeared. You know, I'm going to go aliens on this one.
It sounds gnarly. I mean, the article heavily references 2001 Space Odyssey, which is where I get the word monolith from, because that's like what it's all about. And so they're like, oh, maybe it's a fans. I think they filmed that in the Utah desert. And they're kind of saying like, oh, maybe some artist did an installation. They're like, it looks artistic more than like anything else. They thought like, oh, NASA put it there to like bounce satellite signals off of, but it's kind of like lowered into some rocks and stuff, which would be interference. So it's not quite ideal for that. So I think the leading theory, like in the article we read, was like, oh, it's like an artistic installation or something.
Yeah,
you
and
know?
yeah, I saw that too, and I thought about it, and I was like, I'd rather think it's aliens.
That's tight. I love that.
Yeah,
It's fire to think about aliens, dude.
I love it. It's so fun.
I read one of the guys who suggested that article to us today to cover, Chubbs Peterson, one of our legit followers on Instagram. He said that it looked like a huge jewel.
Oh, that's a good call.
Dude,
Yeah, which
that fires me up.
yeah, it was a really smart, perceptive
Yeah.
ID by him. And I think what that says to me is that if it is aliens, it's
They like
aliens
to jewel.
who like to jewel. Yeah.
That'd be such a
And
dank
then-
peace offering.
Right. And if I see an alien jeweling, I'm not worried about like conflict, because I'm like, oh, we have a lot in common.
Yeah.
Dude, totally. I get where those aliens are coming from. It's
Yeah.
like they're just like probably looking to go out. Like
Yeah.
those aliens are probably past curfew and they're like, my fucking parents don't get it. I'm just
Yeah.
looking to chill and listen to some good music
Yeah.
and fucking hit the jewel.
Dude, and in Barack's new book, he talks about how Dick Durbin, the senator, when he would go overseas to visit with the Russians, talking about nuclear proliferation, that he would always do a shot of vodka with them at noon, which just to show them like, hey, I'm down with your culture and I'm a cool
Yeah.
dude.
So fire.
That's our like foreign head of state, or that's our like head of state going to do foreign policy. Maybe
Yeah.
the aliens were like, okay, everyone's jeweling, let's go down there with the jewels so they know we're legit.
I love that. And it makes you think
Yeah.
about who, if the aliens do come, it's like, who are we going to send to, because usually you think the president, some generals, but, you know, it could just be like your homie Trey, who rips jewels nonstop.
Dude, Trey would get along with anyone. When has
Yeah.
he not gotten along with someone?
Dude,
Anytime I have a friend from out of town, I know if we go out with Trey,
Yeah.
that Trey's going to be warm and show them a good time.
Yeah.
He takes it on as like a personal responsibility.
Yeah, he's just one of those guys who just ripping jewels and just like waxing
breathe it.
poetic about the universe. I think he's a perfect candidate.
100%, dude. Like, why do we have to have these officials? They're not even elected positions. They're appointed. Like, you know, it's like, of course they come up through the ranks, but it's like militaristic or like, you know, pilots and stuff like that. Like, I think NASA and I think the government should employ a program of like just dudes who are just fucking total chillers and, you know, rippers of jewels, who are just basically like part of the Space Force, which is kind of new now, and just sort of like the greeting force, you know what I mean? Like hospitality for Earth and for other species. Like, what up, dude? We're going to play some fucking Kings of Leon or some good reggae. We're going to rip jewels. How's that not going to set the right tone for people visiting us?
You know what I'd say if I was an alien and I saw that? I'd be like, it hits different.
Dude,
Oh, dude.
it does hit different when you do an alien jewel.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And dude, if the aliens responded well to that, that would be such nice validation
Yeah.
on anyone who says that phrase.
What if the aliens came down? They're like, you know what, dude? Mint jewel pods, they shouldn't be illegal anymore.
Smart.
100%, dude.
They'd have they'd go from having friends to followers at that point.
Dude,
Yeah.
their TikTok following would be unreal.
Yeah. Did you guys see
Dude.
that someone had like the first 100 million followers on
Yeah,
TikTok?
Charlie D'Amelio.
Yeah. So what's her story? She's like a 17-year-old who dances.
Yeah, she's a fire dancer. Dude, yeah, and she just racked up 100 mil.
I heard she'd lost 1 million followers in a day because she was rude to a personal chef in some of her videos.
Whoa.
Yeah. Well, she probably learned her lesson.
Yeah.
Dude, okay, so speaking about that kind of stuff, this is Harry Styles did a Vanity Fair shoot and he wore a dress and it's really caused like a big like cultural hubbub. Like
Yeah.
some people think it's like, I don't know. Some people are
think it's-
stoked because he's the first guy on the cover. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And then some people are not stoked because they're like, dude, you shouldn't wear dresses. You know what I mean?
They think it's like an attack on masculinity.
Right.
Yeah.
Which I think is kind of overstated because I think this kind of thing has been happening forever, especially in art. Like
David Bowie.
David Bowie.
Yeah.
Dude, exactly. Exactly. He
Yeah.
was androgynous back then. Mick Jagger, I heard Jan Wenner, the guy who started Rolling Stone magazine, talk about when he put Mick Jagger on the cover, he always tried to make him beautiful in a way that it would appeal to men as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I didn't know that.
And it's like, this has been happening forever. Like, why are we acting like it's even a big deal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't Dennis Rodman go like partying in wedding dresses and stuff?
Yeah.
This is kind of different. I mean, his name's Harry Styles. You know, this guy's got style. It's not freaking Harry, you know.
Binary.
Yeah, dude, exactly. It's not Harry Binary. The guy. I don't know, dude. I'm all for it, bro. It's a style. What magazine is it?
Vanity Fair, bro.
I mean, bro, dude.
It's a big publication. A lot of legendary covers. You know what? It wasn't Vanity Fair. I'm an idiot.
What is
Vogue?
it? Fact check.
It was Vogue, I think.
Oh, dude, Vogue is
Yeah.
even more.
Dude, that's
Even
fucking
more so.
That's
Yeah,
freaking
because
Vogue.
he wouldn't be the first
Plays into the
dude
argument
on
you're making.
Vanity Fair, yeah.
Dude, I don't know, dude. I rode a scooter wearing a beret, listening to Vogue, and I just I felt like that related somehow, but I can't really quite make the connection. But
It's meaningful to hear you say that, though,
yeah, I just think you know,
just because you're legit.
dude, thank you so much. But it's kind of nice that these are kind of. It feels nice that we're stepping back in the direction of like these are kind of our problems again.
Dude, super true.
You know, whereas like
yeah.
before it was like everyone's like freaking out. They're like, there's gonna be, you know, grab a go bag because you're gonna have to leave California. And now everyone's like, dude, he's wearing a dress, and I'm like, ah, nice.
Yeah,
It's
a
nice
good
to
feels
get back
good.
to these.
Yeah.
Like you're kind of like,
We're having fun again.
yeah.
Also, dude, 8th grade, we had Irish step dancers or whatever. I put on one of their dresses after school in carpool. And then 8th grade graduation, they played it during the slideshow, and it got a huge pop from everybody. I mean,
so
fire.
yeah. And I went to a junior high with a bunch of freaking aggro dudes who could throw down,
Yeah.
but everyone was still into it.
I
It's
love
like, what
it.
are we talking about?
I love
yeah.
it.
Kids who have the reputation of good fighter in junior high. Interesting, dude. Something I can't relate to. It'd be tight if that was it. It was like, dude, that's freaking Sean, and probably like some sort of three syllable last name, like Kill Griffith or something
Yeah.
like that, like Sean Kill Griffith, dude.
Yeah.
Dude can fight, and like
Yeah.
other schools know about it. That's just sick, dude.
Yeah. I knew this kid, Zach Berry, like a WOPO player, super tan, super good looking. In 6th grade, rumor had it that he made out with like 3 chicks.
So chill,
What?
On top of that, dude, he fought.
Legend.
dude. If you're making out chicks and you fight,
Yeah.
and you're in 7th grade, 8th grade.
Yeah. And then all of us were having a conversation because we were starting to get pubes and like starting to, you know, drill ourselves. And he's like, what are you guys talking about? And I was like, dude, Arya has pubes. Like, he has fucking pubes. He's like, cool. And just walks away to his locker. And I was like,
He wasn't even like that.
he wasn't fazed
Blown over
it.
by it. He was like, okay, cool, someone has
Yeah.
pubes. That's so cool to like, you're not, because everyone who's fascinated that has pubes is thinking about their own pubes.
Yeah.
And that dude was like, I don't care. His pubes have nothing to do with my pubes.
Right.
Which is kind of like, I don't know. I'm not at that level of enlightenment.
We'll get there.
Yeah.
It's so chill. One of the chillest kids, this kid freaking Giancarlo, dude. And he was an 8th grader when I was a 7th grader. And when we were changing for PE, we used to always like to body glove each other. Remember the company Body Glove?
Mhm.
For your wetsuits, it was just a hand in the middle of your wetsuit. So if you had your shirt off over your head, you'd go up to your buddy who was your friend, and you'd go Body Glove and announce it and slap them, and then they have like a red handprint on their chest. And we thought it was so cool to do that. And like we showed Giancarlo because he was like the cool dude in 8th grade. We're like, dude, Giancarlo, look, we body glove this guy. I remember one time he's like, why do you do that to your friends, dude? That's dumb. Don't show me that.
Whoa.
And then we stopped body gloving each other, dude.
Tigerland, that movie with Colin Farrell, Joel Schumacher directed, it's super underrated.
Beautiful
They're
movie.
trying to teach him how to torture people when he's in like military training. He just walks away and he goes, why would I want to do that to another human being? But it's like we're all just programmed to go along with the flow. You know what I mean? To listen
Yeah.
what the people who have been there longer, who have been in charge, told us. But all it takes is one dude to just question what's going down and just say, hey, let's zoom out a little bit here.
Totally, dude.
I'm talking like Matthew McConaughey right now.
Dude, we should do that more often with each other.
Hey, I'm going to go McConaughey for a second. I'm just going
Oh,
to flow. Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool when you meet those guys who are just like super buff and tough, and you're like, you think you're gonna impress them when you're like, dude, yeah, we told this kid that like he looks soft, dude, and he's like, why are you gonna rag on your friends like that? And you're like, damn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those people are invaluable.
Yeah.
I one time, I was the same thing. I was 7. I was at this restaurant, Calico, in Wyoming, and they had a bunch of they had a big yard in the back where you could like play sports and stuff. So we're all playing like wiffle ball, and then some new guy came up and said, "Hey, can I play with you?" And all my friends were like 13, and I was like 7 or 6 or whatever I said it was. And then as he walked up, I was like, "You think you can just roll up and hang out with us? Like, come on, bro," trying to be cool. And then all the older kids were like, "That was really mean of you." And I felt so small in that moment. I was like, doesn't pay to be that way.
When you get called mean by a cool, like a bigger, cooler dude, it's like the worst feeling. But then you just like, you respect them so much.
Totally, dude.
For sure.
Totally.
Yeah.
Dude.
Also, wearing a dress, to get back to the Harry Styles thing,
Yeah.
it's also doing anything that's like outside traditional masculinity is a good way to mess with guys who are too stuck in that mindset. Like, I used to get naked at parties and stuff like that, and a big reason I did it was to mess with the alpha male dudes.
Yeah.
Because then I'd like kiss my buddy Andrew on the lips and be naked, and they'd be like, "Dude, what the fuck are you doing?" I was like, "Dude, who cares?"
Yeah.
And they couldn't handle it. They'd bail on the party.
Yeah.
And that meant I could hit on the girls that were gonna hook up with them instead of me. Yeah. So it's like, you know, you can weaponize people's homophobia against them
Yeah.
in a pretty potent way.
Yeah. And all it takes sometimes is just dropping dong.
Just pull it out.
Yeah.
Pull your little piece out and say, "Hey, I don't think there's anything that you should assume about me because of what you're looking at, dog."
Mm-hmm.
That's so tight.
Legit.
I love it.
That's so sick.
Should we answer some cues?
Hell yeah, dude.
Or should we do an ad first?
Oh yeah. Is there was there another article?
We had a couple more. We could do you want to do some more? Yeah.
I don't know. How are you feeling?
I was just flowing, but I think we could talk about, so we're coming into December and January. A lot of people like these months because you get Christmas and New Year's, but if I'm being honest, I kind of don't like them because I get pretty seasonal affective disorder, which actually the acronym spells out sad.
Yeah.
No accident there. So I don't know. I was thinking it might be valuable if we gave the Stokers a way to combat that, because I'm sure a lot of people
Totally.
get sad when they can't get tan.
Totes.
100%, dude. It's just a time of year that, you know, exacerbates any maybe underlying sadness or whatever. It's just like, and it's just a proven fact, like a seasonal shift. Dude, JT sent this fire article, dude, that's just like highlights, you know, less sunlight, less vitamin D, less time, you know, winter brings less interaction. You're cooped up inside. So it's like, how am I going to boost stoke in these times when, you know, Earth is kind of holding me back from my main stoke inducing activities? And so, you know, there's always other ways, dude. You know, I think I was thinking about today, dude. I just came out from just looking at my dog, dude, after it peed on our couch like it was a fire hydrant, teaching him a little lesson, dude. And I was like, what's the meaning of life? I looked at him, I'm like, what is his meaning of life? Like marking his territory, like what's going on? I'm like, what's the meaning of my life, dude? You know, it's just about having fire relationships, dude. I think that's it, dude. It's like reaching out to your boys, dude, calling someone up who you haven't called in a while, dude. You know, taking care of yourself through taking care of some others helps me out a little bit, dude. You know, gaming, whatever, dude. Just staying in contact, you know, keeping that winter isolation and not letting that get the best of you, and, you know, staying connected and hopefully tanning your butthole or something.
Yeah.
I think
Huge.
Looking at dogs too is you watch a dog and you're like wow, that guy's fully present. He's just loving it. He's just there, and he's just experiencing life as it comes, and he's loving every second of it. And every time he gets like an opportunity to have a treat or like run or just go to a dog park or see another dog or see Strider or his GF, you know, he just gets fired up, and you're like, and that's where you're kind of like, yeah, be more like a dog.
Totally. And I think sometimes we're letting the human get in the way too much. If you talk to a dog and you're like, "Hey, are you sad about yesterday?" The dog would literally be like, "I'll hump you."
Yeah.
And that's actually what
Yes.
I'm thinking all the time.
Yeah.
But someone's convinced me that it's meaningful to think about yesterday. But sometimes it's not. Sometimes we're doing it too much.
Yeah.
And we just got to go back to the dog.
Yeah. Sometimes you just got to red rocket life.
Let the dog rough and let the red rocket pop.
Yeah.
Dude, that might even be a good quote of the week, dude. Sometimes you just got a red rocket life.
Yeah.
I love it, dude. That's fire.
That is really fire.
That's fucking fire, dude.
Yeah, thank you, bros. And one thing I do is I after the holidays, that's when when stoke decreases, because like holidays, you know, are you're having eggnog, you're experimenting with chai, you're drinking almond milk, and wearing sweaters.
The liquids are top notch.
Totally.
Candles are lit all the time.
Candles are lit.
Fires are burning.
Yeah, fires are burning. Chestnuts are roasting on open fire.
Yes.
I assume.
Halls are decked.
Halls are decked. You got Christmas, dude. You got Christmas tunes playing.
Santa Claus is coming to town.
Oh
Hell
yeah.
Yes.
And but after that, that's when I really lose stoke, and that's why I just try to rock summer outfits as much as I can, and wear sunglasses indoors in my apartment. Sometimes I'll just put a bit of sand in there and just sort of be with the sand and make some plans to do all kinds of stuff. I'll drink a blonde lager, maybe a longboard ale, maybe a New Belgium fat tire, and I'll just plan my week.
Dude, that's genius.
Yeah.
Acting as if it's summer.
Yeah.
Like, even if I'm in Wyoming and it's just like this frozen tundra, I'm going to put on SPF 30 every day.
Yeah.
Just act like it's summer.
Totes.
Just act like I'm in Malibu in July.
Yeah.
It's a fire call. You're inside. You've got a heater. You can't sport your Hawaiian and your board shorts if you're in Wyoming or something outside. You might get too cold. But you can for a little bit if you've got a jacuzzi. Run out there, dude. Run in the snow a little bit naked or skinny dip and get in your coos, dude. If you don't have a coos, just post up inside, dude. Wearing some board shorts, just like Chad said. Posting up, dude. Acting like it's summer. Turning the lights on. You're at the beach, dude. You can go on your freaking YouTube and watch the ocean if you wanted it on your screen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Call up one of your boys. Sip some Sifcos, dude. And just have fun.
I love it.
It's a great call, dude. And that's only because summer is our favorite season. Pick your favorite season and do the same.
But it affects a lot of people. It seems like seasonal disaffected disorder, it's getting to people. Yeah.
Totally.
We're in good company. A lot of people get sad. And make sure you take your vitamin D too.
For sure.
Yeah.
Dudes, do you want to do an ad and then we'll get into some cues?
Oh yeah, guys, I'm interrupting this podcast to let you know once again that we are brought to you by Manscaped. Manscaped, thank you so much for keeping our trims pubed, for looking after our hogs, for making sure that our dongs are looking fresh and clean, because the holidays are here. Have you made your wish list yet? Our sponsor today has the #1 wish gift of the year, Manscaped. The best men's below the belt grooming. Manscaped is here to ensure you're taking care of your manhood and your nose hairs with their new performance package. Ho, 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 motherfuckers. Sorry to curse, but I'm fired up because the holidays are here. And if you want to get the best gift for your partner, for someone where it's not weird, get them the Manscaped Perfect Package. Let them know that you want them to care about their hog or their vagine. Sorry, ladies, if that was offensive. But I don't think it was, right?
Nah.
Aaron, do you think I'm okay there?
Yeah, no, you're good.
Thank you. Okay. So, ho ho ho, fellas, naughty or nice, 'tis the season to perform. You know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about your pubes. That's right. Guys, I trimmed my pubes. I actually manscaped last Friday. I was gearing up for the weekend. I wasn't doing much, but I just wanted to let my body know that it's time to celebrate, even if you're not gonna really get out there in a full rager. Just sort of celebrate by yourself. But I shaved my pubes and I felt instantly better. I felt faster. I felt like I was breathing easier. I felt like I was taking care of myself, and it's awesome. So get the perfect package for someone today. It's the Ultimate Men's Hygiene Bundle. Makes for the perfect gift. Imagine opening an attractive box that says your balls will thank you, with the most sought after gadgets and scents a person could find. I mean, what could be better? I don't know. So 79% of partners polled admitted that long nose hair is a major turnoff. Why not use the best tools for the job here? That you can get the Lawnmower 3.0, and for your nose, you can get the why do I always forget the name? The Weed Whacker. So you just make sure your whole package is looking good with the performance package. Make sure other people's packages are looking good with the performance package. It's the holiday season. You know what to do. Manscaped is on top of it. Dads can't stop talking about it. Teens secretly buy it. And women love it. So get the Reviver ball toner. Get the, crop preserver. All kinds of good stuff. The Shed travel bag. I mean, guys, get 20% off and free shipping with the code GODEEP20 at manscaped.com. That is GODEEP20 at manscaped.com for 20% off with free shipping. Yes. All right.
Legend. All right, let's get into some cues. This one is from a dude named Eduardo. Long story short, okay, sorry. Like 2 to 3 months ago, I stopped hanging out with my friend group, and what really hurt me is when me, as well as another dude, weren't invited to this vacation trip that the rest of the friend group went on. I've known these guys for a while, like 2 to 4 years, and I've been chilling with them pretty consistently for like a year. Long story short, everybody went on a trip to fucking Cancun. Nobody said anything to me. I wasn't invited, and I never said anything to them, but I just haven't hung out with this group since. My one friend has invited me a couple times to chill, and I've just sort of been making excuses or just brushing it off. I've always been for the squad, but this showed me that maybe I didn't fit in as well as I thought, or maybe I'm not as close with the people there as I thought. And so my line of thinking is like, why spend time or energy with these people who don't care about my feelings? It's just sort of the principle of like not even having like a regard for how I'd feel knowing I'd be excluded. I don't know if it's coincidental, but this was also around the time that I stopped smoking weed, and I did feel like I couldn't just vibe with anybody the same. And maybe everybody was only down for the stoner me. I was like the guy who was high 24/7. During this time, I've invested more time into myself and been working out, a little bit of cardio and weightlifting. Nice. Pretty consistently and seeing results. But with college being online, I don't have much to do. The only problem now is that I kind of have felt more lonely, and I'm in my head all day because of all the time I have. And if I'm not working out, I'm just bullshitting on my phone. I know a lot of people are feeling isolated right now. So do you have any advice, or what's like your mindset been, since I know comedy has been pretty stunted and it's just hard to get in the full groove? Much love and long live the Stoke Nation.
Dude, I mean, I just want to first off commend you on, making some positive steps in your life. Giving up, if you're smoking too much, giving up weed, working out, bettering yourself. And I think, oftentimes when you do that, sometimes you will tend to isolate yourself a little bit because you'll have those friends that you party with, and then you make a life change, and then, some of those friends will fall by the wayside. But I think first off, be proud of yourself for making these positive changes, and it will lead to better quality of relationships and more meaningful relationships in your life. So I would say, stay on the path, and you will find your squad, and when you're fully in tune with yourself, like you are, then you'll find your true squad. That'll, really be your squad for life.
Dude, I
Hell
can't.
yeah.
Yeah. I love everything you're saying. It seems like this crew, especially him hinting on him trying to better himself, is like maybe a crew that blazes together and that's chill and whatever. But it's like, maybe he's trying not to smoke so much, but it's like, that's not your squad, dude.
Yeah.
That's the stoner crew, dude, and that's fine. I'm not hating on that. It's just like he's trying to do something different, dude. And your one dude who probably got you into the crew is connected, and he's probably not really a stoner dude, and he'll probably phase out of that crew at some point. And it's fine. You're just transitioning out. And I feel like maybe it's just your emotions and everything are being highlighted because it's COVID. You're feeling extra lonely. You're in this thing where you're stopping doing something that you've always done. So you're literally, your body chemistry and your shit is off a little bit, chemically. So it's all going to feel more and more. So dude, just stay the path, get better. Try not to take it personally. It's always a bust to be excluded and not get the invite to a trip. I mean, there's nothing you can say there other than just, man, that just sucks, dude. But you got to get past it and realize, if these aren't going to be your lifelong crew, then it's fine. But if they are going to be a lifelong crew, then you got to reach out and let them know, hey man, guys, I feel, what did I do? Is there maybe, he wrote this email and literally, dude, there's something maybe you might not be seeing that you're doing that doesn't know. I'm thinking it's mainly just the weed smoking stuff. I don't know if it's anything else. Talk to him about it.
Yeah, or you might not even have to talk to them about it, But I do think you guys are right. Like, if it's not like a crew that like you really want to grow with, and they're not like the ideal group for you, then maybe it's okay to just move on and try to find another crew. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Buddy up to a cool guy, you know, who likes to work out. You guys can bond on that, kind of kiss his ass a little bit, you're in. Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you do want to be with this crew, and I think I would take it this way, honestly, it's like if it was a crew that I really wanted to be a part of, and I just felt like, and look, there's no worse feeling than being left out. It's the worst feeling in the world. I've had those moments. Like one time, 4 of my buddies just drove by me when I was at a gas station, and they're like, "What up, Par?" And then they just kept driving, and I was like, "I live down the street." Yeah, it's like I could have come hang out.
Were they all in the Jeep Wrangler?
Yeah, and they were just having like the best time ever. But I was like, you know what? I thought about it in that moment, and at first I was mad, but then I thought about it. I was like, look, I might be doing something that makes them need days off from me, and maybe that's okay because we hung out a lot. But maybe also there's something I could change that would make it so I was in the Jeep in that moment. And you know, I'm not telling you to beat yourself up, and everything hurts more during COVID. You know what I mean? Like if you've got like a little bit of insecurity about something, or if you're like prone to a certain kind of negative thought pattern, it's definitely been enhanced by the situation we're in. But I would maybe be like, yo, there's some stuff I can do that will make it so that I'm on that trip to Cancun next year. And not only that, but everyone's like fighting to stay in the room with me. You know what I mean? And just be that ideal dude who not in a fake way, but just like the best version of you, so that it's like, it's just a slam dunk. You know, you're not even going with them to Cancun because you're getting invites from other people to go to Cancun.
100%.
But you got that guy in you.
Yeah.
That's great advice. If you're being your best, if you are being true unto thine own self, dude, and your group is denying you, that's not your group, dog.
Yeah.
And also at the same time, within your friendship crew, there's going to be guys who bond over stuff that you don't quite bond over, depending how big your squad is. So it's like, you might be taking it personally when it's not even personal. Like if it's like, right now, according to this email, I'm reading it as like the whole group went out and you were the only one isolated. But if the reality of it is like 3 or 4 dudes went on this trip,
smart. Yeah.
and like maybe not 2 or 3 guys went, and you might be like the 4th of those 2 or 3 guys, like whatever, dude. Like maybe those guys all played on a team together, or maybe those guys all do something that maybe you don't quite know about.
That's a nice thing to take solace in too. Like, oh, Terry didn't get invited too. Terry's a pretty cool guy. Yeah. Must have been like a, you know, they like lacrosse thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
I'd be happy for
Often it's probably not even personal. I mean, most likely. I mean, I think that the biggest thing I've learned is people are not thinking about you as much as you think they are.
For
Totally,
sure.
dude.
So.
But dude, it sucks to miss out on a trip to Cancun.
Totally.
But dude,
Oh,
you're
yeah.
going to be on the next one for sure.
Absolutely.
With the people you
Yeah.
want.
Worst
Yeah.
case scenario, dude, just book a solo ticket, buy an entire linen outfit, bring some fucking Stokies with you, only drink tequila on the rocks, and just request, you know, Buena Vista Social Club.
And I think-
that's Cuban music.
I'm on board with all that. Bag of marlin.
There you go. Get a solo fishing trip with like a renowned
best
fisher
team.
down there.
The best team.
Yep.
A 9-man crew.
A 9-man crew and just you, bro.
And that-
You're fucking dude. That's it.
You're going to have beers in your hand the whole time. Yeah, because you know they got that guy on the crew. Just make sure everyone's got a bev. Yeah.
Call your credit
He's
union.
24 hours committed to you.
100%.
You
dude.
gotta have some guys who are missing fingers.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, the
Absolutely.
rope
Yeah.
caught him.
Yeah.
They got a story behind it, and guess what? You're hearing it all, and you're bonding. And guess what that is? You're on a boat. Do you know what immediately you are when you're on a boat with those dudes? A fucking crew.
Mm-hmm.
There you go, dude.
By def.
Get a boat.
Mhm.
Get on a boat.
100%.
All right, dudes. What up, Council? Recently, I met this girl, and I really, really like. I think we click pretty well, and she's a major babe. People say I'm a chill guy and very non-toxic. The problem is she told me that she doesn't feel comfortable in a relationship with me because she's afraid I might break her heart. However, she is comfortable with short and toxic relationships with bad guys because she knows how they'll end going into it badly. Basically, she's afraid that I might hurt her, but she's okay when she knows she will get hurt. She hasn't been in any kind of relationship since we met, to my knowledge. What should I do? Do I keep being friends with her like we are, or do I move on and keep looking? I really do like her a lot, so I'm okay with just being friends, but I don't want to dig myself deeper into the friend zone. Thanks for the advice, bro. Stay chill and peace out. Logan from Big Time Rush.
I love it.
Dude, fucking Logan, the adamantium,
Claws.
my adamantium dog. What up, dude? I would say,
Not an adamantium heart, though.
yeah, true.
He's feeling it.
He's adamantium everywhere except for his heart,
Which is the way you should be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say for this one, this is my gut instinct upon hearing that last part. I wouldn't. I think I would distance myself a little bit from her, because if you're gonna keep hanging around and staying friends, I mean, if you keep doing what you're doing, if you keep doing what you've been always doing, you're gonna keep getting what you got. Does that make sense?
Hell
Did I
yeah.
say that right?
Hell
Okay,
yeah.
but,
Hell yeah.
I was trying to channel Denzel Washington there. So yeah, I would maybe, give her some space, give her some space, go, maybe go join Eduardo on his fishing trip. Let her think about you without you being there, and see maybe if, if the thought of you gets the juices flowing in her.
Interesting. That's like, what that just made me realize is like, you got game is hearing that.
Me?
Yeah, that's like good game.
Oh, dude.
You know what I mean?
You just gave
And
me an animanium.
Fucking dude, no, I always know you have a
boner.
good game, dude. I always know you have a good game,
Were
but
you gonna say boner?
Yeah.
Nice.
it's just because I have no game where I'm like, dude, fuck, man. For me, here's what I'm thinking. And Chad, I want to ask you what part of that cued you for that, because I'm thinking he's into this girl, right?
Yeah.
He didn't say like he's thinking about someone else or like hanging out with anyone else or like they're just casually dating.
No, she's his world right now.
Okay, then bro, Chad, I got to go a little bit the other way here. I got to say, they need to fucking sit down over a dank cup of French press coffee, and he needs to go, look, you live one life. You get hurt. You have highs, you have lows. One day you're basking in the sun, the next day you're crashed upon the rocks. And you got to look up, and you got to say, do your worst, for I will do mine. I am Edmond Dantes. No, I am...
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Edmond Dantes is the man. Edmond Dantes is the Count of Monte Cristo, right?
Yeah. He's talking about the kid. But
He's talking
you're
about the
fine.
kid. He has to let her know, don't be afraid of getting hurt. It is 0% my intention of hurting you. I want to care for you. I want to be there for you. I don't know what's happened in your past, but in your future, you're looking right at it, and it's these two set of eyes that you're seeing right now. And I want to be looking in those two set of eyes that I'm seeing right now for a long, long time to come. And boom, dude. And you tell her, look, there's no guarantees in life. No one's promised tomorrow. Let's make right now the best that we can, okay? And let's try to make each day the best that we can going forward. Boom, dude. Sounds like she's a little scared. She's controlling. It sounds like she has a controlling nature, and who doesn't? But hers might be a little bit higher than others. That's probably why she dates guys that she knows that aren't going to go well.
Well, she knows what she's going to get.
Correct.
Like, she's like, okay, I know what this guy is, so I'm not going to invest my whole heart into him, but I can still have fun. But I think this dude is like, he's like mad at those guys because they're getting more out of it than he thinks he's getting. Because they get to have the sex and the fun part, and he's putting his emotions on the line and not getting that back, and also the more important stuff that he wants back.
Dude,
But
I
it's
had
like,
an epiphany.
But
Wait, keep going.
But like, I would just, she's probably telling you the truth. She's probably afraid you might hurt her because she's probably afraid of getting hurt in a relationship. So you just gotta, and I love the speech you gave. That was fucking fire and phenomenal. And like, I fell in love with you. But I think there's even like a more laid back way of doing it where you just be like, hey, that's cool. I understand. Hey, I'm scared too. Relationships are scary. I'm really on the line. I was like, we can go slow. Yeah. Like, if you're going to go further in the friend zone, you might. But you also might come out of the friend zone. That's the risk you're running, baby. That's what we're all doing. You might get hurt. She might get hurt too. But you just got to be like, all right, I hear you. You're afraid. So like Chad said, if you need a little space, I'll give you a little space. And then there'll be moments where you move in and then you say, hey, look, I gave you the space, but I need to let you know something. I like you. All right? And I know you're afraid I'm going to hurt you. I don't think I'm going to hurt you. And then you back off, whatever. I think you're being skeptical of her and you're like upset at her logic, but like, that's not going to cut ice being like, hey, I don't like how you're handling things and I don't like that you bone these other dudes, but you won't bone me. It's like, all right, that's going to freak her out, which I understand what you're saying. It pissed me off too. It pissed me off deeply, but you can't be that. You can't respond like that to that. So you just got to be like, look, I hear you. Yeah, it's scary. And then see how it goes.
I love that.
I think he's scaring her off a little bit by being so invested early on that she's like, all right, this guy loves me so much right now that once I say yes to it, he's gonna realize it's all it's cracked up to be, and then bail. I think that's what girls kind of think when guys come on super strong.
Yeah.
Is they're like, this guy's way too invested. He's like, he doesn't even know what he wants right now. He's just like way too sort of, he's a little too impulsive. I think that's my thought.
That makes sense. And I was assuming that they had like already kind of hooked up and were maybe seeing each other a little bit, but he kind of just has a crush on this girl. Maybe they've made out once and it's not quite going anywhere right now.
That's plausible. Yeah.
Okay, so my advice might be, if it's the second thing, if you only made out a little bit and then everything, maybe you don't want to say exactly what I said previous.
I love it
you'd have to dial
though,
that
especially
back.
if you add a cig into the mix.
If you have if you got a cig or a jewel, then
Well,
yeah.
there's a moment for it. I mean, but this guy, the way he's thinking right now, he might force that moment when it's not. Like, you got to be. All this stuff could work, but you just got to pay attention to the other person. They'll tell you what they want or need. You just listen.
100%.
Could I propose something?
Yeah, of course.
I'd say go on the fishing trip, and then come back, and deliver like a combo of both those speeches while smoking a cig. And I
Yeah.
think you're golden.
Great.
Yeah, I gave kind of, my speech was basically the same as your speech.
No,
It was
find the
just in my
balance.
language.
But it was a
Yeah.
great language.
But it wasn't different.
I loved it. And do you want to know
Same
my
idea.
epiphany? You made me have an epiphany.
Yeah, epiphany.
Do you know what it's this? Everybody, it's our male gaze. We always look and we go, man, the bad boys always win.
Yeah, it's
Man,
a,
the
it's
bad
a story
boys always
he's telling
get it.
himself.
Man,
yeah.
the bad boys are the best. No. The girl is in control of letting that bad boy feel cool
Yes.
to you.
Right.
Because she wants to be in control, because she knows this is the outcome that's going to happen. And sometimes when you're in a shitty situation in life, you're there, whether you believe it or not, you're kind of there because you want to be there on some weird, strange level, whether it's
And she's gonna
subconscious
have,
or not.
She's going to have casual sex with this guy knowing it's going to hurt him so much.
Yeah.
Of course she's not going to do that. She's a thoughtful person. She's like, look, if I have sex with this guy like he's a bad boy, he's going to get hurt like a good guy. Yeah, that's just who you are, dog. That's great.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Keep being you.
Yeah, keep being you. It's going to, because guess what? Those bad boys, you know, they're not going to end up with someone like her. You are.
Yeah.
But look, you're going to have to just deal with the fact that at some point she was hooking up with some bad boys.
That's fine.
And look, you
Yeah.
probably, hey, if you know, you hook up with bad girls too. You know,
Yeah, you can-
I know,
yeah.
don't do that now, but I mean, like, you know, do you judge bros who do that? Maybe, but probably not.
Maintain that heart, but also you can be bad sometimes, baby.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, let her be bad.
You go on that fishing trip, you know,
Yeah.
you make friends with the crew, you go out, you have a few drinks, see what happens.
Watch some John Travolta movies. Start smoking cigs.
Yes.
You're big on the cigs.
I just love
We've
the
been
idea.
talking about it.
I love the idea of Strider starting smoking because he would just take a drag and then say some like ridiculous quote. I think, and it would be he would just be the coolest guy on earth. I think.
And thank you for smoking. They say that cigarettes, they needed something for the actors to do in the first talkie movies.
Yeah.
And they gave him smoking because it just looks so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Strider, if we were waiting for the pod and we're like, where's Strider? And Strider came like waltzing in, smoking a cig. I mean,
It'd be awesome, dude.
I mean,
It's
yeah, I'd be like-
preoccupation. It's
I'm worried about
amazing.
your lungs.
yeah,
Yeah, you know.
I'm not endorsing cigarettes. I think I'm endorsing John Travolta in movie use of cigarettes.
Yeah.
Perfect.
It's so badass looking. And honestly, if I could have some monolithic jewel from the aliens that I could hit that wouldn't be bad for my lungs, I'd probably do it, dude.
Have you ever smoked a cigarette?
I had some gorts, dude, up in SB with the boys, dude, on the balcony.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Wait, on
I
one of
never
those trips
finished
when we
them.
were in college?
Yeah.
You had some cigarettes?
With Gleb, dude.
Get the hell out of here.
Yeah, Gleb. Dude, Gleb's a fucking cool guy.
He's a cool guy.
How's he not going to get you to hit a gort, dude?
Of course. Wait, have we talked about this on the pod that I smoke weed
Yeah, we haven't talked about it. I don't
and
think.
then you never smoke weed?
No.
And we've lived together and I've tried to convince you to smoke weed with me. Not like, you know, like you got to do it all the
No,
time.
you're
but
very
just
chill.
once in a while I'm like, dude, it'd be nice if we could do that together. We go on a bachelor party trip to Mexico with some really cool college baseball player kind of guys. Or actually, that's what they are. I don't know why I said kind of. And I go down the stairs to the bathroom. I've been smoking weed this whole weekend with all these guys. I come upstairs and I find out Strider smoked weed with these brand new guys and it's like, who are really cool guys. I get it. And I was like, what, you smoked weed without me? I was devastated. I've been trying to get him to smoke with me for like decades.
I felt bad. I didn't realize, I never realized where you were coming from saying that, because you want it to be like a bonding experience of like, oh, we'd smoke, we'd maybe order a pizza, watch a movie, it'd be fucking nice.
And it was like your first time doing it in so
Oh, like,
long.
forever.
I wanted to be there for that moment and share it with you.
But to ease your pain, like, dude, I took one little rip and it was like a baby rip. It wasn't anything special, but like,
Did you feel it?
I don't even think so. I was buzzed.
I guess in my insecurity, I'm like, was there something in you, like, was I coming on too strong with the weed? And
No.
then, so, like,
No,
kind of to
no.
Chad's thing, was I putting too much pressure on you to be the guy that you smoked weed with, and that's why you went with these other laid-back guys?
Not at all. I think it was the weekend. It was a bachelor party. It was Mexico. We're in freaking Cabo.
So I was kind of incidental to the whole thing.
I mean, one
you
of
just
the
weren't
dudes there,
thinking about
James,
me.
was so cool. It was really James.
Super hot
He's so
guy.
fucking hot and cool. And he was like talking about his like bass fishing boat, and I was like, "That's so tight." He's like,
I
"You
know,
want a hit
because
of
the
this?"
props, like his prop, you can't put it in salt water; it erodes the blade, so he keeps it mostly in fresh water.
Wow.
Just hearing that him talking about those facts and me really not comprehending any of it, but just going like, "Fuck yeah!" And then he goes, "You want some of this?" And I was like, "Yeah, dude, I do right now." And took a little rip, and I handed it back, and honestly, he just wanted me to. I don't know. He was just too fucking cool.
And you actually had a really smart move for people who don't smoke weed anymore, and this could pertain to the question before this, is if you still want to get along with people who smoke weed but you don't smoke weed, Strider has a very clever kind of move to kind of keep the group vibe going but not actually participate in the dankness.
And I just say, I've got a fat boner that I need to use later, dude. No, I'm kidding. Wait, what's my move? I'm
You always
forgetting.
they go, hey, do you want to smoke weed? And you always go, nah, but here, let me smell it. You go, let me smell that. He always goes, let me smell that. And then he goes, he never smokes weed, but he'll be hanging out with stoners and he'll go.
It's so true. It's so true. It's so true.
Laughing. Everyone's like passing around a bong, getting high. And Strider be like, wait, hold on, let me smell that. Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Dude, I didn't even know that that's what I did, but it's genius because the smell is a little bit enticing. Like you kind of like the way
I
it
love
smells.
the smell, yeah.
Our buddy Austin always gives me crap, dude, because he knows and he'll like he's a little sly devil, that guy. And so
But you're
everyone
doing
will-
it to keep the vibe up.
That's it. It's the vibe, but Austin knows he has the same perception of JT, and he knows it's the vibe. So we'll be passing it around. He'll be like, Strider, smell that? I'll smell it. He goes, no, smell it again. It's puff puff pass, smell pass. He'll let me smell it twice, and he goes, all right, skip it over. That's amazing, dude. It's the
That's so
best.
funny.
I didn't even realize I did that.
It always cracks me up. Hey, dudes. This is a very intense question. No, hold on. Hey, dudes. So I've made "step into the drill factory" one of my go-to phrases. I accidentally used it while on a date. My date thought I meant I was building something with tools. How do I explain to her that I was talking about masturbation and not handiwork without creeping her out? Stay stoked, dudes. Randy. Wow.
I mean, look, dude, if I'm being very hyper literal about this, if you haven't already explained it, why are you going to go back and explain it? Look, if I sneak out and go TPing, I'm not telling my mom, yeah, I went TPing. Like, I'm not going to tell her what I went and did if she caught me sneaking out.
He kind of got away with one.
You got away with
It'd be
it,
like
dude.
if you told your mom, like, hey, I demolished, like, the Burley's house.
Totally.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, you use tools. Okay, great.
Well,
It's a helpful misunderstanding.
Well, I worry about this misunderstanding actually, because if she thinks that if she thinks that he's trying to present himself as a sort of a handyman of sorts, like he's the tool man Taylor, and she's like, hey, I need some drywall done. You know how to do that, right? You go to the drill factory a lot. I mean, this guy's gonna be dead in the water.
Yeah, and also,
Yeah.
And you never want to be a guy who pretends to be a handy guy but is not.
or just
when
pretend
really
to be
you're just-
anything you're not.
Right,
Yeah.
totally.
And he said, step into the drill factory. That has like an entrepreneurial spirit to it. Like maybe
Yeah.
he owns the factory or something like that.
Yeah.
So she's back home telling her friends and family, I'm dating this guy who works with his hands and owns like a,
Yeah.
a pretty important drill bit
Yeah.
company. And then you find out he just masturbates a lot.
Right.
Yeah.
Even more so. Maybe
Yeah.
it's a religious family. Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus was a carpenter. This guy that I'm seeing now, he's a carpenter.
Yeah.
He's in the drill factory 40 days, 40 nights at a time.
Totally.
And she's telling her dad that, and her dad's religious, maybe even
Yeah.
a reverend.
Yeah.
Then he's coming over and he's like, what?
Yeah.
Honesty's the best policy. You're right, Chad. Maybe he's got to come clean.
Well, like, imagine this if she's like, "Hey, my brother, he just got a bunch of new furniture from IKEA, and he's gonna have to, he needs a drill. You know, guys at a drill factory, right?"
All right.
And then you're like, how do you explain to her brother that, like, he's like, "You're telling my sister about the drill factory,"
Right.
and then her brother thinks that you're just like,
And then you're in a Sam Shepard play, and the brother might be in love with her on some weird, taboo level.
Right. Of
And
course.
then now you're dealing with this kind of like, bloodlust that is
Yeah.
super complicated.
yeah,
So yeah, I'd nip it in the bud, and I'd tell her, hey, look, I don't like to be something I'm not. And I think when I'm around you, I tend to brag a little bit because I want to impress you. And so instead of saying what I should have said, I said I step into the drill factory, which made you think I was good with tools and maybe had a company
Right.
built around tools. But the truth is I jack off.
That's exactly right. I mean, JT, even worse. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, just stare at her.
I mean, do you
You
think
don't have to say more than that. You know, you laid it all your cards on the table. Take it or leave it. It's up to her at that point.
Maybe we could role play like, wow, JT, you took me to the Rainforest Cafe. You got me a lobster. This is beautiful.
Yeah, check's on me this time. From all that money I make from the drill factory.
I gotta see this drill factory, JT. You're telling me so much about it. I love that you're so good with tools.
Yeah, come over for. Does she know at this point that I mean jacking off?
No.
Oh,
Yeah, this is where you're.
Oh.
You took her to Rainforest Cafe because you were gonna explain it to her.
honey, that's actually nice that you brought that up because it's something I've been wanting to clarify. When I said drill factory, I didn't mean like a workplace with tools that I'm handy with where I build and make things. I actually meant that I'm a pervert and that I masturbate to some sick stuff. And,
To what?
you know, cuckolding stuff. Big guy, doing work on someone I love. Me watching, kind of helpless, but also kind of in charge of the event at the same time.
Mm.
And yeah, it makes me bust like no other. It's a little off-putting to other people, but I can't help but bring it up in casual conversations. So I just, it happened on the date, and I spoke in a euphemism because I guess I wanted to disassociate a little bit from the depth of my perversions. But the truth is that I'm about as dark as it gets, sweetie. And when it comes to what makes me pop, it's typically something that's transgressive, and it's something that's gonna take some getting used to, unless you're my person, in which case you're right there with me and you got this thing too. You got this same twisted thing too. Do you have this same twisted thing too?
I love that.
Don't fuck with me.
I know a guy who can drill me right now.
Hey guys, here's your check. Take your time.
Is it?
I was the waiter.
Yeah,
I saw
but you're
it all.
also.
I saw it
But
all.
I think you're also the guy who could do the drilling.
Oh yeah. And by the way, I run a jiu-jitsu studio and I have very flexible hips. So
I love that.
What's your name? It was Strider Wilson.
yeah, Strider Wilson.
Nice.
Look, I get off at 10.
Can you bring some of that melted butter?
Absolutely. Yeah, they got that stuff by the truckload out back. Let me tell you, while you're watching me, absolutely. Treat your
no,
date
no, no.
right.
Say something more aggressive than
Okay.
that. Don't
While
get
you're-
uncomfortable. Say, hey, you're in a role here.
While you're watching me, absolutely jackhammer your date later.
Amp it up.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
While you're watching me,
Yes.
absolutely drop an atomic nut
Yes.
into your date later.
Yes.
But what's that gonna do?
When you're watching me, absolutely
Yes.
do the Allspark snap
Yes.
and send your freaking date back into time and space via
Space
fat multi-O's.
A cosmic oblivion.
He's gonna send me into
You're
the
gonna wipe out
space-time
half the population.
Half the population.
He's gonna send me into the space-time continuum.
I'm gonna send her there with my fat, thick, girthy Joe Morrissey-sized dong. Do you want me to box up your burger so you can enjoy it while you watch? I know you have half left.
That'd be lovely.
Sounds good.
I want to kiss you now, and I think
That's
that could happen.
Yeah, that can happen.
Is that cool with you?
It's all cool with me. And JT, I gotta tell you something. This guy would never be future drilling me if it wasn't for your honesty about the drill factory.
Boom. Tell her,
Thank you.
dude.
Let me tell you something more.
I can't wait to have your nut.
Oh, you got
inside of
more.
me.
I got more.
Oh, this stud is verbose.
You guys are on a date on a Monday night at 7 p.m. Rainforest Cafe is dead. Come 8:30. Manager goes home early. We can fuck in the jungle if you guys want to. We're in the jungle.
Hey, you're the lion. You say what happens, dog. I'm Baloo.
Oh,
I'm a cuddly bear. Come snuggle in this seated region. Like, I'm gonna sit like this. People get mad at me for putting my feet in shit. I'm gonna sit like this. Come sit in this.
I love that.
Come sit in this.
Yeah. I'll sit right there. I'll sit right there.
Wait, pump the brakes. Pump the brakes. I think yeah, you got to pay attention to the lady. You can't get that distracted.
Very true,
Yeah.
very true, very
All right,
true.
we got one more question before socially distanced winter formal. Hey, what up, dudes? My name is Olin. I'm from Utah. So my school is having an outdoor socially distanced winter formal, and it's tradition to ask your date with a big gesture. Should I ask my date by busting out of a cake, maybe nude, or doing donuts in front of her house and then dropping the hammer? Thanks, bros.
Wow, good question.
He definitely busting out of the cake nude and doing donuts. It's good spectacle, but I don't know if it's specific enough to the woman you're trying to woo, unless she has mentioned to you that that's like stuff that works for her.
She likes like derbies or something.
Yeah, so if you're gonna, I think just make it more specific to her. So if you're popping out of the cake nude, maybe write something on your body like this body belongs to you. Or if you're doing donuts in front of her house, which I think this is better, you write her name in the donuts.
Yeah, I think that's fantastic. I was thinking, because like busting out of a cake nude is it's kind of played out, to be quite frankly with you guys.
Say it right. Yeah.
And I remember I was at the state fair and I saw this ride where you could do like a safe, straight up just drop. It's not even bungee, just drop into a net. So maybe if you could do something like that, where it's like you drop naked into like a giant cake and it like explodes, and then you have like a banner flying above that says like, "Will you go winter formal with me?" Maybe.
Love that.
It's genius.
You added a lot
beautiful.
more to it.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think you get your nude body, you get cake, you get frosting, and you have a big spectacle, and she'll know that you A, have no fear, B, you're willing to go the extra mile, and C, she'll just see you nude.
That's awesome.
I think it's a good move. I mean, you want it to be something unique to her. Like, is she a cheerleader? Is she in band? What sport does she play? You can factor all of these things in. It sounds like he's a big exhibitionist he wants to be nude and possibly doing some donuts. Donuts for me, I'm down if you can write her name, but that's some precision driving. And I don't know, he's a teenager. He's probably only had his license for so long. I'm not sure he can handle it unless he grew up go-kart racing. He's going to be a Formula One driver. So in that case, anyone can get in their birthday suit. I'm thinking, dude, you got to just be there. Do something early. Do something in the driveway. Do something where the dad, the parents, their whole family can see it so they can talk about it for time to come. You want it to be a nice little memory. It's winter formal. Prom would be even better. But like, I'm saying bump some tunes. Peter Gabriel comes to mind, but it doesn't have to be that. It could be some EDM, something sick. And then, maybe you just put a cake over your dong and it's like reverse nude style. And you're like, you just say something, you gotta have something clever, like, it's winter formal, like, the only thing that's gonna keep me warm because you're wearing no clothes is like, I don't know, is gonna be you and like this little tiny slice of cake that I have. That's only me. You might be a fat slice of cake depending on your hog size. I don't know, dude.
I just lost track of everything. I was just thinking about my dad.
Really?
Yeah. Should we get into the next part?
Yeah, I just had one more thing, Dad, because I think maybe I could have gotten too big up there. Maybe you just walk up to her house nude.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's like, come as you are. Like, nothing added, nothing fake. Just, hey, I'm here vulnerable.
Yeah, nude with flowers.
It's got a Notting Hill vibe to it.
Yeah.
I know I'm like a movie star, but at the end of the day, I'm just a girl standing in front of a boy asking him to love her.
Yeah.
You say the same thing, but you say instead of movie star, you say, I'm just a dude with a little dong.
And you say, I'd like a reason to wear a suit this winter. And I'd like it to be to go to a dance with you.
Dude, that's
Otherwise,
a
I'll be
fire
naked.
line. Yeah.
That's it. The only way I'm wearing a suit is if I go to winter formal with you,
Yeah.
and then you're butt naked at her door, and your whole family's there. hopefully they don't have underage kids.
And then you show up to winter formal and you're naked. You go, I wore my birthday suit.
Oh, even better with just like a bow tie. So you follow the regulations of school because you got to wear a tie.
Yeah.
Sorry, dude, you can't keep me out.
Also, this school that's still doing winter formal, despite the fact that COVID is like rampant, is a little irresponsible. But I mean, I don't know. I don't know what state they're in. Everything's
Exactly.
It's state by
Yeah.
state.
Might
Yeah.
not be CA.
All right, let's keep pushing. Chad,
Yeah, you.
what is your beef of the week?
My beef of the week is my beef of the guy is the guy who wouldn't let us see the house on Saturday. You have I assume it was the owner. You have a place up for sale. It's been on the market. You want to sell it, and what do you do on a Saturday when people are probably going to come see it? You drill yourself inside of it. You turn it into the drill factory, and then you turn away, a nice applicant. I'm a good tenant. I'm a good tenant. I have a little dong. So I'm not going to destroy the place. And you answer the door shirtless and you act weird and I just want to know what he was doing in there.
It's curious, for sure.
And he forced me to negotiate. So that's my beef, dude.
Good beef.
Unchill.
Strider, what's your beef?
My beef of the week is with the Moan Boys, and to preserve their integrity and also not give them the honor of being mentioned on this straight up dank podcast, they'll be known as the Moan Boys. And it's 3 dudes, a triumvirate of tyranny, in our fantasy league that are telling me that I am breaking a rule by intentionally not setting a defense. And defenses, if you play regularly in fantasy football, is the most likely position to get you negative points. There's a rule in our league that says you can't tank, so you have to set your lineup, right? They've included the word full. I don't know if that's written down. We don't write our rules, and I joined the league late, so I don't know if that's written. But the reason that rule exists is to prevent tanking, so guys won't set their lineup, and therefore, I don't know why they would do this, but just kind of bone someone over so someone else get in the playoffs and they lose. Like it's a rule. You must set your lineup at its highest level to win, right? That's what full means to me. I said, I'm trying to get in the playoffs right now. Usually I'm a dominator, but I took a bad beat. I drafted Taylor and some other guys got hurt and blah, blah, blah. I'm not making excuses. And I drafted Fatnet and that didn't work out and that was a bad move. I can stick to that. I got to eat crow on that. Okay. But look, if I'm making a play and announcing to my league before that weeks of play begins, I am intentionally not setting my D of which I do not like the matchup and I believe they will get negative points, and I'm trying to win. I think it gives me the best chance of winning. That is not tanking. So the Moan Boys are using a rule that was put in place to prevent tanking and using a technicality against me making a move trying to win. Unjust, unfair. I will not stand for tyranny. They want to fine me $100, and I refuse to pay the $100. I'll say it right now. I'm being stubborn. I've been annoying. I've come at them on the thread. I'll say that. I'll say all those things. But I'm standing up for what I believe in. An honest man's pillow is his integrity. Sorry, the Strider's GF wine is getting to me a little bit. It hits nice. It hits different. And I gotta tell you, fuck you, Moan Boys.
Well, then the well said, all of it. But if you don't pay the fine, the typical thing that happens next after that is you get banned for the season. So you're willing to lose out on next season to stick to your guns on this, and that's why I called you yesterday, kind of.
Yeah, it was
imploring you to just pay the fine, even if you disagree with it. Just pay the fine because we need you in the league. We need you on the text thread. Because guys who get kicked out of the league and stay on the text thread, they don't contribute, and you're a huge contributor. You're a consistent contributor.
I love
which is high praise.
I love the league,
and in all respects as a friend. And then the trip to Utah for the fantasy draft. Like, are you still going to come if you're not in the league?
It's like not celebrating Christmas. I mean, I would hope guys wouldn't hold a grudge, and I would still get the invite, and I'd be there and hang out. I would
But
gladly
it's going to be
go.
different. Like if you're not part of the draft and so it's not going to be the same experience.
I know.
Just pay the fine, dog.
Look, I can't say that right now in real time, just because I can't get held down on anything. My opinion is this: from where I'm coming from, where you read from where you stand. If somebody pre-announced that they were going to do what I do, and I know the counter argument is you're only saying that because it's what you want, but truly, if someone was like, I want to bench a quarterback or a receiver because I think they're going to get 0 or negative, or like it's rare a receiver would get it. Really, only defense gets that position, or maybe a kicker. Really, if they were like, oh, I want to bench a kicker because I think they're going to get negative this week, I would not care because it's them trying to win. If they're not benching the kicker because if they don't switch out someone on bye, or they don't play someone because they're not trying to win, or they're like being remiss, negligent, or collusion, then yeah, that rule should be intact. That's why it exists.
All right, dude, I agree with you. I think it's strategy, and I think it's innovative strategy.
Thank you.
I
And
applaud
it's
you for it.
desperate strategy,
And
I admit.
I think it should be allowed. I think it should be allowed.
Thank you for saying that. It's huge of you to say. I didn't even want
And I
you
don't
to have
want
to say
to.
that.
I don't want to disagree with the triumvirate. You know what I mean? Because those guys are my dogs. One of them is more than my dog.
They're great guys, yeah.
But I agree with you. But I think you're missing the forest through the trees. Like you're gonna die on this like anthill fighting over this one misapplication of a rule. When really what you want, we could fight for a better league and we could get these rules changed next season. But the small amount of shit you got to eat now is just paying that fine. But then like, you know, I'm reading the Barack Obama book. Like, what if he didn't? And you know, he's conning me with his coolness. But what if? You know, you got to fix the system from within it, dog. You can't just be out of the game. Then you can't change anything. Then you can't have the league you want. We can fight for the league you want. You just got to pay this fine at this moment.
Yeah, do I lose a battle to win the war? I'm close to it right now.
But you lose.
It's a ways out.
You lose the war.
I know. It's a ways out. I'm not saying, look, I want to be in the league. That's my want. They know that. They've got the trump card. I love this league. It's better than Christmas. Christmas for me is, you know, it's a duty. I got to buy people gifts. I don't have a little kid or anything like that. So it's like, I love it. I love the league. It just hurts. We'll see.
Dude, can I just say something?
Mm-hmm.
If you get kicked out, you can join my WSL Fantasy Surf League.
Are you for real?
I'm for real right now.
Well, I mean, I don't want to. I got FOMO already.
I mean, fucking, is it typically go on during the fall and winter?
Dude, it goes on from February to December.
So February to December. That's how long the surf season is?
Gold Coast near the end of February.
Dude, I'll join right
To
now.
Pipe Master. Although the schedule's changing this year, but it starts at the Pipe Masters this year. I think in December, and then it's going to end at Trestles September.
I mean, in September?
We should go to Trestles.
So it kind of won't.
It won't fill the void because it takes place in the perfect time. It honestly
It would have filled the
supplants
void.
me. Honestly, I'd like to join no matter what because I'm not doing anything that time of year. So that'd be
Yeah, we
nice.
got Colby in there. We got Trey. We got Dorfman.
Oh fuck
Good
yeah,
squad.
Good
dude,
dudes.
dude, hard hitters.
Yeah.
I mean, has there been any conflict in that league over rules and just people, you know,
I mean,
disagreeing on that shit?
Colby and Trey were they were beefing pretty hard over Kolohe and Dino, over who got to draft him. And, you know, Colby said because he, you know, surfs with him here and there that he...
And they got fucked up that one time.
They got fucked up that one time, and, you know...
Together.
He ripped some bong loads with Kolohe, and they talked about that, you know, Stephen Hawking, Joe Rogan... No,
That would have been amazing.
That'd be a great
that
mashup.
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Rogan would have been like, so do you hit kettlebells?
Yeah, yeah. That Neil deGrasse Tyson Rogan episode.
Yeah.
They really talked about that for a while.
Dude, deGrasse Tyson was brutal in that one.
Dude, yeah.
He cut him off so much.
I know, and I think they talked about that too.
Oh, they did?
I think Kolohe
Nice.
had good perspective on that, and he was like, you know, I'm down with Rogan, but in that instance, like, I thought. Yeah, I'm down with Neil, but in that instance, I thought, you know, he was just a little bit too... He's trying to flex too hard, and he's trying to be too much of a celebrity astrophysicist, and it's like, dude, just like, you know, go back to your planetarium and just like think, dude.
Let us miss you a little bit, dude. Let
Yeah.
us think you're out of our solar system for a while, so we need you back.
Yeah.
There's a super cut of Rogan just rolling his eyes every time he cuts him off.
Really?
And Rogan's just like
Well,
that.
Joe, that's why you got to think, it's...
Go.
I know more than I don't know. And that makes you really think. Is that a good impression?
Yeah, you got it. That's good. Keep going.
I don't have
Dude,
anything.
I can edit it.
He's like, you see the sun, right? The sun is 1 billion times bigger than the Earth. Okay? And we're in just one galaxy out of trillions of galaxies in the universe. And then there's a multiverse. Parallel universes knocking against each other. What's going on there? And that's why... I don't know.
That's why I cut you off.
You got to what he is, though.
Oh, thanks.
You got to the pomposity, dude.
The pomposity, friggin'
Yeah.
friggin' Mount Pompeii.
Yeah, dude.
Dude, I don't
of
feel bad saying this
pompous.
because other people in that line of work, when they see him, they're just like, this is the motherfucker. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
I liked it at first, too. Because
Yeah.
we all like a cool scientist. But then
Yeah.
at some point, the coolness was just like, he was feeling himself too much. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I agree. When I first heard him, I was like, dude, this guy's awesome. He's bringing science to the masses and stuff. And now I'm like, this guy's annoying.
Mhm.
That's pretty much what I thought.
That's where I'm at, too.
Yeah.
Aaron, who's your beef of the week?
Question for Strider.
What up?
Regarding your beef.
Yes.
Can you in this league not drop your defense and pick up one that's a better matchup for you?
Okay. So I can.
Okay.
And I bid on actually other defenses, but was outbid.
Uh-huh.
And the defenses that were left, we're in a 14-man league. There's 32 teams in the league, so there's only 4 defenses on waivers.
Oh, yeah.
And I felt in my heart of hearts, all those matchups sucked.
Yeah.
And they might get negative points.
Yeah.
And
So,
guess
yeah,
what?
what can you
all
do?
of them got positive points.
Oh.
So it was a bad decision by me, but I should have the right to make that decision. If it's a decision based on strategy and in order to win.
Yeah, you're still trying to win.
Exactly.
Yeah, I said it was Strider.
Thank you, legend.
All right, dude, my beef... Oh, sorry, Aaron, your beef of the week.
My beef of the week is the movie Dune. It sucks.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a weird ass
It
movie.
sucks.
It sucks.
Is that out already? Well,
no,
where'd you watch?
no.
The David Lynch one?
The original '84
Yeah.
version, with David Lynch's. I mean, they took a big swing, and I never for once thought it was set on Earth, which is good if you're doing a movie that takes place on several different planets. But it's not good.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah.
The little kid's eyes, all that shit. You're like, what is this?
Yeah. Why did you go with special effects for eyes rather than just, I don't know, contact lenses?
Yeah. So dumb.
Yeah.
Great. The book, which I was told was required to read for actually a history class because it was like about the spice trades and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I never really read all of it, but like it was amazing.
But you
Scanned through
read
it.
some?
I read some, but didn't get through all of it.
What
I
percentage?
quit everything. Oh, maybe 30. Maybe.
It's enough to make an opinion.
Maybe.
That's what I was gauging.
Yeah.
The new Dune looks legit too. Denis Villeneuve directing with that monster cast.
That movie had a monster cast too. I mean, we'll see. I think it's in better hands for sci-fi with the new director. I think maybe Lynch was over his head. Of course, he makes a cameo in the movie too.
Yeah, and he was kind of a smaller filmmaker. I mean, still is. He doesn't make like big budget stuff. So that was him like.
Yeah, it's crazy to think that he did The Elephant Man and then they gave him Dune.
Right. That's almost like that safety not guaranteed guy getting Jurassic Park or whatever.
Yeah, Jurassic World.
Yeah, and you're like, dude, come on. Come on. He ain't exactly shown the ability to do this kind of thing yet.
Yeah, but he pulled that off, I think.
The power of marketing to
Colin
like,
Trevorrow too, that guy.
Trevorrow, yeah.
Yeah, doing Fantastic Four. Fantastic fuck up.
There's no way to do Fantastic Four right.
Flame on.
It's just too cheesy because the main guy, what's the main Dr. Fantastic? What's his name? Mr.
Reed
Fantastic.
Richards.
Yeah, like a guy. If your main character is if his superpower is that he's stretchy, can you make that look cool? I think you can, but it's hard.
if it's
I
a
gotta
fucking
rewatch it.
porno and
Right.
it's his dick.
Right. And then it's Fantastic Fuckfest, which I almost said the first time, but then I realized it wouldn't work.
Yeah, that's cool. Oh yeah, sure.
And do you feel like Dune is kind of like Don Quixote, where it's just one of those things that is kind of it's so big, it's just kind of got difficult juju on it for any filmmaker?
It's probably better off as a miniseries at this point, especially with all the streaming services that can do that now.
Yeah.
I mean, if you've got a book that dense, why try to do it in one? At least do a trilogy or something, but I don't know. I don't know who could have sat through another episode of that. It's crazy to me. Sting was good though. I'll go to bat for Sting. I thought he was good in the movie.
He's amazing. My beef of the week is with Danny Amendola, who I really respect. You know, I first saw him on Hard Knocks when he was like a low draft pick or undrafted rookie wide receiver trying out for the Cowboys, and he balled out. You know, and that was a team with big personalities: Terrell Owens, Tony Romo, Roy Williams, and he stood out for his dedication to his craft and for being tough on the field and playing above expectations. But so then I discovered this whole thing that he dated Olivia Culpo, who the song Jealous is about by Nick Jonas, which is legit, good song. And they dated. Danny Amendola and her dated. And I guess at some point they were having hard times and she was maybe hooking up with some other dudes. So he came out on Instagram and said, "I believe there should be a boundary between private life and social media. Olivia believes in a fishbowl lifestyle. This fundamental difference was huge in our relationship." And then he goes on to say like why he doesn't like the Hollywood life. And then he talks about how he fucked up a lot and how she fucked up. And then he says, and then he says, "The universe brought her and I together to enjoy life, love, and learn. We celebrated that as often as we could, and the sex was fucking crazy, too. She gets so mad at me for not posting her on social media, but I think this shit is sometimes fake, sometimes toxic, but sometimes beautiful." This is weird because he's posting all of this on social media, and he talked about their sex life. And then he goes on to say, "We've been on and off for a long time and not together as of late." I guess he kind of messed up and maybe hooked up with another girl. "Not sure what's in the future, but the only thing I care about for her is her happiness. And if that's dancing with scrawny little fucks, so be it." The scrawny little fuck that he's referencing is Zed, the DJ Zed. I guess they danced at Coachella and that's what set him off.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They dance? That's it?
There was like photos of them together, like having a good time. I haven't done I should have done a deeper dive, but I think that's what it was. And then I guess Danny Amendola also posted videos on Instagram of like Pulp Fiction where Bruce Willis is like, he's like, "I got the bike from Zed," and his wife's like, "Who's Zed?" And then he's like, "Zed's dead, baby." And then I guess he flipped the camera to himself and he was flexing his abs in the photo. Yeah. But here's the thing, I don't know Zed that well. I think we only really hung out with him once at a party, and then we did like a promo for his Zed in the Park thing. But Zed's my dog. So Danny Amendola, I'm beefing with you, bro. If you got issues with Zed, you got issues with me. Look, Danny Amendola will fuck me up. Danny Amendola will fuck me up. But Zed's my guy. You know?
These guys had a lot of concussions. You catch him right, he might go down.
I've always wanted to be deputized into action where I can do something, like something aggressive on behalf of someone else. Like, remember that time when those ladies were trying to get into that apartment in our apartment building?
Oh, yes.
And they needed someone to kick down the door. And they were like, "Hey, can you kick down the door?" And I was like, "Are you sure you want me to do this?" And I wasn't going to do it. And then they said, "There's a baby inside. We can't get to the baby." I was like, "There's a baby?" And I booted the door. It was a weak door, but I booted it down.
It was one kick. It was badass.
It felt amazing.
It was fucking
And then
cool.
some guys came around the corner and they ran into the house. So the way I've rationalized it to myself is that she was in a bad relationship and she needed to get her stuff out of the apartment while the guy was gone.
Yeah.
But that's also the most
There was something going on.
heroic
No, I think it was right.
version I can tell. And, I just don't think it was cool that Danny Amendola put all this out there like the way he did.
No, he's a buster. He's talking about, "Oh, I don't like a fishbowl lifestyle, I like separation of social media." Then he uses social media in this way. It's like, what are you doing, dude?
Yeah, you're kind of
Yeah.
talking out of
What are you
both sides of
talking
your
about?
mouth. Yeah.
Duplicitous fuck.
Yeah.
Sorry.
The idea of just posting anything like that is just nauseating to me.
It's brutal.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Come on, dog.
You wouldn't do that.
Never.
Dude, but you know who she's dating? Christian McCaffrey.
Nice.
So she upgraded. She went from like
yeah,
a
dude.
solid white football player to maybe the greatest white skill position player in history.
Totally,
I mean, unless
dude.
you go to like the 50s, which you can't for a
But
variety
that's
of
also
reasons.
what they said about McCaffrey in that Hard Knock season. His teammates were like, "Dude, if you were in the 50s, man, you'd be the best player ever." To Amendola, it was hilarious when he's like running special teams.
Dude, it's funny too. There's like just still this like residual like racism towards white skill position players in my head. Like whenever McCaffrey like gets stopped short, like on 3rd and 1, I'm like, Yeah, that's what happens when you have a white running back.
Dude, totally.
But he's clearly, at this point, he's superseded the label. Yeah. And redefine the position for white kids in the future. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're a white running back now in high school, you got someone you can look up to.
Yeah.
Which is a weird thing to be talking about. But it's legit.
Totally.
Chad, who's your babe of the week?
My baby of the week is Mike Bertolina.
Dude.
Oh, dude. Nice
Yeah.
call.
Long overdue,
dude. Great
bro.
call,
Yeah.
dude. Yeah.
He runs all things comedy. He's a legend. We all went out golfing with him on Sunday. He set it up. It was epic. It was we tee time at 6:20 a.m. So we had our 18 holes, golfed. We golfed well, and we were done by like 11 a.m. Rest of the day ahead of us.
Amazing.
And he's just an awesome guy, nicest guy ever, coolest dude, and it's so fun seeing him around here, the podcast studio, and also playing golf with him. He's so passionate about golf. He's like a great guy to golf with, just like the most fun.
Dude, brought Bloody Marys.
Brought Bloody Marys.
Brought the mix, brought the vodka, put them.
Yeah.
That was my first Bloody Mary.
Yeah.
I'm 32. That was my first Bloody Mary. It's
Yeah.
crazy, but I liked it. I really enjoyed it.
He really made sure it was a fun experience for all of us.
And I was like,
Nailed
hey, do you mind if I like smoke this CBD joint? He's like, I don't mind if you smoke a weed joint. And that
Yeah.
was the green light I needed
Yeah. He was awesome. And also
to get that green lit up.
Yeah.
we owe JT $5
Oh, yeah. Let me go ahead.
for that par 3 17.
Yeah, we came into the hole and I was like,
Closest to the
we
hole.
got to put some cash on this. And I needed that because I played the worst by about 20 strokes. And so I needed to have a moment. I appreciate you guys doing this on the pod
course.
too. That
Oh,
means a
yeah.
lot to me.
You
Yeah.
fucking hit it true.
Thanks, guys.
The rule was you got to get on the green. Closest ball not on the green doesn't win. JT, he was dancing.
I remember there's one. Someone hit, and I don't think you saw where it went, and it was like some of our drives were just like there's just some. It's a tough course, so some just went straight into the.
If you
the
got a
crap.
slice, you're OB every time.
Yeah, and you didn't see where it went, and you're like, it sounded pure.
Yeah.
A lot of positivity. Very
a lot of
positive.
positivity.
Yeah.
It went just like straight to the right.
And Mike was like spearheading that too. I was
Yeah.
really impressed with how positive he was out there
Yeah,
and how much
yeah.
about good vibes he was.
Yeah.
You play sports with him, Aaron. Is he like that in softball too?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, he's so positive. You can tell he's like competitive, but like in a very healthy way.
Yeah, there's no asshole in him. It's great.
Yeah,
Totally. He's the man.
yeah. He's a babe.
And dude, we have a little cute story. We got to 18. We're coming into the clubhouse, and we get to the tee box.
Yeah.
We all rip our drives, and then we see these other guys going straight through the fairway where our shots are. And we're like, what are these fucking guys doing?
Yeah.
Why are they overlapping on our shots? And it turned out we were hitting the wrong way.
We were hitting onto like hole 13.
Yeah, we're hitting on a 13. We were on the blues. The blacks were in front of us. And then we all got to flip around and take another tee shot.
And we were all so psyched because there are these guys on our ass the entire time, and we're like, wow, we caught up. We caught up to the guys in front of us. And we realized, like, nah, dude, those are just guys on hole 13.
We almost killed some randos who are an hour behind us.
Yeah.
Dude, these golf carts, too, which is so great that they have the yardage readers in them with their, LCD screens. But it keeps me like, you are 9 minutes behind
Oh,
your,
yeah.
like, scheduled time. I'm like, bro, I'm trying to chill. This is golf.
Yeah, dude. There's dudes out there that are intense, man. And old dudes. I've never seen old dudes move more quickly in my life, dude. These guys are I'm going to be ageist, sorry, but these guys are fucking cruising, dude.
Yeah.
Fast.
You know what's interesting about golf too? Of any kind of activity you do with someone, a lot of it is figuring out what the other, because everyone has different golf etiquette. Everyone has like different, like, what do they play as a gimme? How many mulligans do you get? All that stuff. And a lot of the bonding over golf is like figuring out how you all follow the rules, like
Yeah.
to what letter of the law you follow the rules and which rules you apply harshly and which ones
Yeah.
you're kind of fluid with.
I think a big one is how many shots or strokes you cap it at a hole. If you have just a terrible hole, and be like, no, we'll just give you 7. Even though you
Yeah.
had like
Yeah.
10. I think that's huge.
For me, the big one is if you don't make it past the reds, I'm going to see your cock.
Oh, the dick out.
I'm going to see it.
Or not see it with my little pecker.
Right. Depends where I'm at, yeah. If I'm way up where I fucking bombed it, yeah, dude.
You and Mike tied for low man of the day.
We did.
Look at your 6 smile, right? Can we get a close up of this 6 smile? Look at this, dude.
If you're listening, you might be able
If
to,
you're low
you might be able
man
to
too-
hear my smile.
There was a moment like I was playing so shitty that like if I had like a halfway decent shot, you guys were like, "Good stuff, dude." And there was like a part of me that wanted to be like, don't fucking patronize me, bro. Then I had to be like, bro, they're just being supportive. You suck. Yeah.
It was early as fuck, man. It took a while. It took a few holes to get warmed up.
Yeah, we got out there early. Strider, who's your baby of the week?
My baby of the week, dude's got to be my GF. Dude, she's the best. Dude, she bounced back because she took a big swing and a miss on the first set of sconces that we ordered to hang in our apartment. And they were just a little bit protruding, didn't really fit the room, kind of dominated the space. And then she just ordered this new set of sconces, and she had a fire call because, dude, we've had just nightmare scenarios of trying to drill into our drywall in our one bedroom, even using wall anchors. And honestly, dude, screw wall anchors. I'm not using them anymore, dude. They're tough. They're difficult to deal with. She goes, we're buying nails. Let's just go buy nails and hammer these things in here. We bought nails. We anchored those sconces to the wall so easily just using nails. They felt sturdy. They're looking good. And it's great, dude. We're watching freaking movies, crushing movies in good mood lighting. My GF can crush her novel under some dank sconces. So, fired up. She just had a great call.
Nice, dude.
Yeah.
Aaron, who's your baby of the week?
My baby of the week is, do you guys know Andy Wood? Andy Wood was one of the founders of Bridgetown Comedy Festival.
Oh,
nice.
yeah.
He's a comedian and a podcaster as well, and he was just on Jeopardy.
Whoa,
nice.
He was on all week last week because he won 4 days in a row. He was this close to winning his 5th day in a row and qualifying for the Tournament of Champions. He won $94,000
Wow.
Nice.
over the course of 5 days. He lost to a guy he actually knew, which is pretty crazy. I think because of COVID, the player pool is a little smaller and it's mostly local. So he knew the guy he lost to. The guy was a buzzsaw. He took over the game and won it easily. But Andy put down all the money he could on Final Jeopardy and got the answer right, and it just wasn't enough. But also, I want to give him credit because in some of the earlier, in all of the games, basically, anytime he hit the daily double, he daily doubled.
Good.
Nice.
What a
Especially in
beast.
round 1. You got to do it.
Yeah, make it a true daily double. Come
Because you can make it back if you fail. And he only missed it. He never missed when he went full daily double. He only missed one where he went like half of what he had, and he missed it. But he still made that back and won that game. So, mad respect to Andy Wood, and he got to be there when Trebek was still hosting. So that's amazing too.
That's
That's
awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I was wondering about that. How many more Trebek episodes are there?
Till Christmas Day.
That's cool.
Wow.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, my baby of the week is coffee. I hadn't drank caffeine for like a year, and before that it was mostly black tea, and then I just got back on the coffee train. I mean, this stuff is tremendous. It really is. I think of all the drugs you can do, coffee might be in the top 3.
Oh yeah.
I put it up there. I've never
Nothing
done
better than
heroin,
morning
but
coffee.
I don't plan to, but I'd put coffee up there. Yeah, dude, a morning cup of coffee, and I'm already hooked. Like if I don't have coffee in the morning, I feel a little out of sorts. Then I get
Yeah.
that cafe in me, and I'm like, ooh, yeah. So coffee, thank you. Nice hot cup in the morning, just the way it feels going down, and the way you feel
bit.
holding it.
Oh.
Yeah,
Nothing better.
it works. It's kind of like you're saying with like the cigarettes, like it just coffee
Yeah.
and cigarettes, like the Jim Jarmusch movie.
Mhm.
Yeah.
There's something to those things,
Yeah.
but be careful with all things. Chad, who's your legend of the week?
My legend of the week is Kevin Fard.
Oh, baby.
He helped me he helped me become a negotiator, which I was, JT's like, how's it going with the negotiating? I'm like, it's against my nature, but it's I'm psyched to flex this muscle because I think it's valuable. So I just want to give him a shout out for helping me, step into a larger sack, and embrace, my nuts a little bit and sort of stand my ground. And I probably lost the place, but I feel good about it, and I think, that's probably. It's written in the stars. It's what the universe wanted. They're like, you got dudes drilling themselves in there. You got weird things across the street. You need to find another place. And Kevin helped me do that.
And you're the rare alpha, and I don't even
dude,
like
thanks.
using those terms, but you're the rare alpha
Thank
who
you.
who likes like learning from who will be subordinate in the pursuit of learning more.
Oh, dude, thanks, man. Yeah,
Or
Kevin,
that's like the ideal alpha, I guess.
Kevin was talking to me like I was his little brother.
And he liked it.
I thought it was hilarious. Yeah, he's like, you need to have some balls. I'm not gonna help you because you need to learn this shit. I was like, yes, dude. Like, keep beating me up, dude, over the phone.
Yeah.
But I appreciate that, man. Thank you.
For
And
sure.
also, Kev and I have been on the Twitch stream a little bit. You got in there too,
Yeah, it was fun, dude.
and we
Played well.
got Dub on Saturday, and we got a bag house, which is like we got the most wanted contract, and then he was just bagging me. People came in, and I know they got weirded out before they killed us because he was just bagging my face. And we got a double bag, which means we got 2 dudes down at the same time, and we were both bagging them at the same time. So check out the Twitch because I have a camera on my face now. It's Deep Chad. That's my username, so you can watch us. You can watch us dominate Verdansk.
Legit.
Beast.
Strider, who's your legend of the week?
Dude, my legend of the week's got to be my tank top because I've been throwing around those 35-pound dumbbells in my apartment, and I've just been wearing my tank top around all the time. I don't think I've washed it for a few weeks. I don't even care, dude. Got it from playing Cypress Shores volleyball tournament where I have one of the worst records and worst outings of all time annually. But I've just been wearing that around, and dude, when I got that tank top, our buddy Tom bought it for us, and he's like, "You guys are all XLs, right?" Like, just thinking that like we're all like buff dudes. I'm like, "Nah, I'm probably like a medium. Like, I'm probably extra medium. I'm between large and medium, you know, because I'm lean." And honestly, right now, I told myself, dude, this is advice to anyone out there. When you buy a tank top, dude, buy it one size too big, and then make it your duty to fill that thing out. And I'm starting to fill out that tank top, dude. I'm filling it out, dude. It's all lats. It's traps. Trying to get girthy in that upper girdle. Feels nice, dude. Pull it off.
Dude, can I tell you something? Your Christmas gift, not purchased yet, but already purchased in terms of what's going to go down.
What number are you thinking?
50.
No, dude, I don't know if I can
50.
handle it yet for thrusters, though.
You didn't think you could handle 35.
It's true. I'm throwing around 35s right now, dude. I'm throwing them around. I'm stretching right now. I don't know if you can hear it.
Because here's the thing. If we go 45, you're already there.
And our boy Brooks is throwing around 50s, and he's longer than I am. I can't let him put around more weight than me.
Oh, he's strong.
He's
as hell,
always
dude.
had fucking
And he looks
strength.
good, dude.
Dude, he looks amazing.
And he puts his little workout vids to jazz music.
Dude, yeah, it's cool. He's cool.
He's cool.
He's cool.
It's cool.
He's got taste
He's cool.
to go with that.
Yeah.
You know what? It's the Harry Styles thing. If you're Harry Styles, if you're a freaking tank beast performer and you stomp the runway the way he does in the Drag Me Down music video, one of the all-time star moments I've ever seen in that sort of context, you can wear a dress, bro. Wherever the hell you
100%,
want.
100%.
Aaron, who's your legend of the week?
My legend of the week is the show The Mandalorian.
Oh, dude, I've been watching it.
Dude, I'm just loving it every week. I wish they'd come out faster. I wish they'd come out so I could binge it all. But every week it's just awesome. Baby Yoda's getting a little more active. He's doing a little more, saying some more stuff, doing some more stuff. It's truly adorable. I think I know where it's gonna go. I think I know how the season's gonna end, but I won't share that. But it's great. I love it. The theme song gets stuck in my head. It's awesome.
It's so good. It's like a Western in Star Wars.
That's a good combo.
It's the
Dude,
best.
Space Cowboys, baby. Let's go.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm going to add a legend of the week real quick. It's the
Please.
Cypress Shores volleyball tournament.
Oh, dude.
First year I played in it, Tom, our buddy who brings us down there, did some chicanery, and he told everybody that I was better than my friend Danny because I could set a little bit, but Danny's probably better at setting than me anyways. But this guy who I won't say his name, so he picks me before Danny, and I go up to him and I go, what do you expect from me? He's like, you're gonna be like the best player on the team. I go, I can't do that. I'm like, you got fooled. I was like, we got to pick my buddy Danny. No one knows he's good. I'm like, we got to pick him. He goes, no, I got to pick my daughter. I go, do you want to win? He goes, yeah. I go, you got to pick Danny. This guy's so competitive. He walks over to his daughter. And he's like, hey, do you mind if I don't pick you? She's like 17. So I'm just like, no, I don't give a shit. He comes back. He's like, let's get Danny. And Danny was swinging hammers the whole day. His legs ended up getting tired because we set him like 400 times through the course of the day. But he took us deep into the tournament. I think we got like 4th or 5th. So all credit to that guy for loving to just ball at the highest level so hard that he turned his back on his own kin. And then my legend of the week that I had planned is the movie Speed Racer. I think it's super dope, done by the Wachowskis. And There's this moment in it that really makes the whole movie come together for me, where Speed Racer is talking to this like corporate tycoon who kind of runs the racing industry, and he's like, no, I know racing is like important. I know it's meaningful. I know it can change lives. Because after my brother died, my dad and I were watching this old race on tape where this guy came from behind and got the W. And we, in that moment, we knew racing was so pure that it could bring families together. It could bring people through loss, like the specialness that you can get from racing. And then the corporate tycoon's like, oh, it's so funny you bring up that moment because that was actually rigged. We rigged that moment to make people feel that way. So all your optimism and all this like beauty that you've like kind of tried to put onto racing, it was all manufactured by us to get you to feel that way. And I feel that way all the time where I'm like scared to believe in things because I think I'm an optimist by nature, but I'm scared to believe in things because I think that they'll let me down. But here's the thing. At the end of the movie, Speed Racer goes, it doesn't matter if you manufactured that moment and the moment was fake because what I felt was real, and I'm going to be that real moment for the next people who are watching it. And then he wins the race and shit like that.
That's sick.
So it's like, even if you believe in something fake, if it makes you do something real, that's legit.
Fucking beast,
Yeah.
dude. That's
So-
yeah, dude. If you're adopting a puppy,
Because
and
yeah.
no, go ahead, go.
No, go.
If you're adopting a puppy from a puppy mill and you think you're doing something good, and then you feel bad because you got the dog, and you put a down payment down. I'm not saying this happened to me.
This sounds super specific.
Yeah, we have a real rescue, but I'm like, you can't control the people duping you, dude. You're doing the right thing. You have your own integrity. But go ahead, say what you were saying. I don't know.
No, that's
I
it.
even regret
That's
that I
it.
got that.
No, that's it. But I'm just saying, hey, don't be afraid to believe in things. Yeah, because even if they turn out to be full of shit, it's still cool to be someone that believes in things like Speed Racer does.
Yeah, dude. My love of baseball comes from the '98 McGuire and Sosa home run chase. Like, who cares if those two guys were roiding the shit out of themselves? Like, it still meant something to me. It was still awesome to watch.
Yeah, or like all those people who believed in Lance Armstrong and maybe got sick and then fought harder against the sickness. Because I'm not saying that absolves the people who make the mistakes.
No.
But the thing that we got from them is still ours. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah. So let's go. So
That's like Tom Cruise. That's why when I watch him rock climb in MI2, you know, people would be like, oh, Scientology, oh, he's weird, oh, the Katie Holmes Adderall thing. I'm like, but him rock climbing in MI2 means so much to me. I don't give a shit about anything else. You know, it means something to me watching him rock climb.
yeah, and I'm not like, when I'm inspired by something, I'm not saying the thing that inspired me is perfect. You know what I mean? What I'm saying is that the inspiration that it gives me is valuable.
Yeah.
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 Yep.
For sure. Chad, what's your quote of the week?
My quote of the week comes from Lee Steinberg.
The agent?
I don't know. The only thing certain about any negotiation is that it will lead to another negotiation.
Dude, I think that's who Jerry Maguire is based on.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Good synergy.
That's
I
awesome.
love that.
Dude, Tom Cruise, you strike again. You
Fucking beast.
Wait, so
Did
what did
we-
he say again, though?
The only thing certain about any negotiation is that it will lead to another negotiation.
That's where you're at right now, huh?
I walked away, and we'll see how they play their cards. But you know, I feel like the you know, the stars, the planets are aligning. They want me to live in Manhattan Beach.
It's a big drive. It's
big-
Bertolino
it's
weighed
big-
in.
it's big
Bertolino
ju-
weighed in.
He said lifestyle.
He said Culver.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Did he?
Let me tell you something.
He said Culver.
He did say Culver.
Did he?
But here's
Yeah.
the thing: you're believing in yourself. No matter where you are, even if you had $1 billion in the bank, you're not going to buy a spot in the middle of where productions always happen.
Mm-hmm.
You're always going to be outside of it. Invest in yourself. You're always going to have to drive into where stuff's going down.
That's true.
But bro, driving in from, look, I love the Manhattan Beach vibe. I was on board, but I don't know. Like,
It's a lot.
LA traffic's a mother, dude. It'll break you.
It's an hour
Yeah.
and a
Doing that
half.
every day.
Well, I was thinking maybe I could get a 6 month lease.
Smart.
See,
Yeah.
See if I could, because I think the next 6 months will probably be pretty.
Similar.
Yeah. But I don't know. So I was talking to my GF, and she said something. She's like, "Yeah, life is short," and that got me thinking. I was like, "Yeah, why am I waiting to go to the beach, to go back to the beach?"
That is true. And you seeing the beach every day and just being able to walk out to the surf.
I mean, to be able to ride your bike around there, but yeah, I mean, it is tough because I do think about the driving and all that stuff. So
But dude, if your heart's into it, and then you're tough. You don't mind driving.
You know what
No.
you do? You get there early. you got to switch your hours. But you're up
Yeah.
early anyway.
I'm up early, yeah.
That's the thing. You just got to get places early. Crush a freaking pod in your car. Read a book.
Yeah.
It's just going to be that. You're going to have places around town where you can post up.
Yeah.
I'm in Los Feliz, dude. Cruise over to my place. Can be your east side hub. Let's go.
James Mangold, the guy who directed like Ford vs Ferrari and Logan, I guess he has a place in Malibu so he could drive to work. But anytime he gets on a production, he makes them get him a house in Hollywood.
Dude, that's the
Amazing.
move, man.
Amazing.
Bro, he's got
Honestly,
the
smart,
cash in.
dude.
And now his new movie is, I think, a Bob Dylan biopic with Timothée Chalamet.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah.
Chalamet, dude, playing Bob Dylan.
It's kind of perfect.
God, that's amazing. I'm just glad it's not Adam Driver.
He's too big.
Too tall.
Yeah, he's too big.
Sorry, he just pure held.
Don't worry, dude.
Well, that was a clean slappy.
Yeah, and I needed to do it. How am I not going to high five after that?
Hey, who's your what's your quote of the week?
My quote of the week is okay. Here we go. I got to channel it a little bit. Right now, I'm taking a puff of a cig. What a terrible thing to say.
You know what? I think we need to get the whole walk though. When he walks.
Yeah, dude, you gotta get the
yeah,
walk.
you gotta get the
And
walk.
Maybe,
He says
maybe,
it
yeah,
off camera, dude.
maybe.
Yeah.
So
When he first comes in smoking the ciggy.
yeah,
Yeah, that's a good shot. Aaron, that's gonna play. Yeah, you can do that.
Okay, here we go. You guys ready?
Yeah, and should I play the music?
Yeah,
And-
dude.
Let me play the music.
Oh, dude, you got to do that fucking bass line.
and are
Yeah.
you able to do? Oh, maybe I could do the line of like, what's the guy?
Merchandise is right there.
What's that? The guy who's like, where is that bastard or something?
Oh,
What did he say?
Oh, yeah, you gotta say it before.
Here we go. I got the tune right here. Here we go.
Yeah, so maybe start at the music right after the line.
Right.
Right.
Any sign of deacons?
Yeah, that son of a bitch is dead.
What a terrible thing to say. Thing to say.
What do you want to do?
I messed up. I'm gonna do.
Okay, here we go. Any sign of deacons?
Yeah, that son of a bitch is dead.
What a terrible thing to say.
Get him. You were sure everything would go smooth. Our merchandise is not where it's supposed to be.
Yeah, that was good.
Your merchandise is over there. It's in the canyon. Let's grab the Knicks. Let's go.
Aaron, what's your quote of the week?
Always having to follow this, something like that.
What a terrible thing to say. Yeah, but do you think he's just waiting there for him to like say some shit?
Yeah.
What a terrible thing to say.
I knew this guy was gonna be an asshat. Yeah, and
Dude,
say something rude.
The way he
Yeah.
holds his cigarette, like you can tell Travolta doesn't really smoke. Maybe he does, but I don't know. Like he's holding it so low.
Yeah.
But he's got a couple of iconic cigarette in his mouth because you sent the one from Greece as
Greece,
a GIF
yeah.
on our text thread. Yeah,
He does, man.
he's hot in that too.
Yeah,
yeah,
he's
he's a movie star.
He's so hot.
Yeah.
Sorry I cut you off, Aaron.
My quote of the week comes from one of my favorite podcasts, the Full Charge Power Hour. It comes from the theme song. It's just, let the streets know.
Nice.
Peace.
Let the streets know. They're
Nice.
coming.
Mine is a Michael Biehn in Terminator, and he's trying to warn Sarah Connors about what's coming. He goes, "It can't be bargained with. It can't be reasoned with. It doesn't feel pity or remorse or fear, and it absolutely will not stop, ever." Now, he's ostensibly talking about the Terminator, played by Arnold Schwarzenegger, but my favorite video essayist on YouTube who breaks down movies like Stories of Old, he says what he's actually talking about is time.
Whoa.
Or there's a double meaning there. It can't be bargained with, it can't be reasoned with, it doesn't feel pity or remorse or fear, and it absolutely will not stop, ever. So he thinks Terminator is like the best movie about how we're at the mercy of time and how, you know, we're attacked by the future and we're basically defenseless in the face of our impending doom. I'm quoting him directly there.
Wow.
But I love that. It just made me think that, and you know, he could just be applying that to it, but that line really does work there. So
Totally.
It really made me be like, whoa, good stuff. Yeah, I love that dude. Aaron, or Chad, what's your phrase of the week for getting after it?
The merchandise is in the canyon.
Dude, that's amazing. Let's see. My phrase of the week for getting after it is, Sonny, sit. Sit. No. Look at me. No, look at me. No, it's okay. Sit. Good. Thank you. It's me talking to my dog.
Aaron, what's yours?
Always having to follow this gold. It's so hard. I would just repeat again. Let the streets know.
Nice.
Legend.
Dude, my phrase of the week for getting after it is a word I picked up from a New York Times review of the movie On the Rocks, the new Sofia Coppola movie. So I was reading the review to see like if there was some stuff I missed, you know, and it was a charming movie. It's a little slight, but you get to watch Bill Murray and Rashida Jones. They're both pros, and there's some really pretty shots. And this is the word. This is how they describe Bill Murray's character.
Sybarite.
He's a sybarite, a person who is self-indulgent in their fondness for sensuous luxury.
Oh yeah.
So what's up, sybarites? Sybarite's my phrase of the week for getting after it, or word of the week rather for getting
Hell
after
yeah.
it.
Oh, I love that.
All right, dudes. This was fun.
This was great.
It was fun.
Yeah.
This one's gonna be all time.
It was great.
You're calling it.
I'm calling it now. It's all time.
Let's go. All right.
Guys, this sweatshirt, you can get it on our website.
And the wine as
The
well,
wine,
guys. Strider's GF wine.
I'm stank.
All right.
All right. Later, dudes.
If you need advice,